on matter, Manora speaks today as item number 36, where the Calcutta High Court directed the tribunal
Wait
would
for the turn, wait for this.
can you take up this matter at any point of
We
time?
will see, we will see.
Yes.
Item 39 first, digital arrest matter.
Please, your lordships. I have got a brief note of lordships consideration.
Yes.
Just to give a status report on that, an update. May also hand over the complete status report.
Threshold of 10 crore may be on the higher side, Learned Attorney. Individual losses, I mean, the individual loss of 10 crore.
Yes. But then,
No, but then, you see, there are people, senior citizens, for them, any amount of running into few lakhs, particularly in a case like one of the retiree couple, where which prompted us to take suo moto. There the loss was 1 crore something.
that's right.
But so look at that, for them, the entire life saving.
That's true. Nobody has any. But the government is very keen. We should put all these schemes in action mode as early as possible. But unless we complete this exercise, it will be like working in darkness. So I think it
SOP initiative we appreciate.
the SOP in fact is very exhaustive, and there are some Rajasthan High Court and Kerala High Court. Some judgments have come. We are trying to look into them. As much as they can add on to the SOP, we'll try to add on to them. But I don't.
You can apprise us if the high courts are also entertaining. We don't want any parallel proceeding to come.
That's true. That's right.
That we can transfer those.
So the SOP as of now, I think, is fairly comprehensive, and let it take shape by giving putting it in action mode. And therefore, your lordship to kindly, in terms of the status report, kindly turn to page number 9 of the status report.
Oh.
As of now, I think in view of the progress being made, this limited direction would suffice. I had a word with the learned amicus, and we value her input being given to the government, and she will continue to be associated with the deliberation. So page 9.
That's it.
This will go a long way in now trying to expedite the entire process of deliberation. There's also, I think, since I suppose the learned amicus would share her views with me, and we'll try to, I said, add quality by way of adding our inputs into that.
My lords, I have filed a written submission pursuant to the status report. I've tabulated, there are 2 status reports that were filed, one by MHA and the other by MEITI. The first one being of 13/1/2026 and the second of 29/1/2026. I have tabulated it and I have shown what are still pending and that which has been addressed at least at a preliminary stage. And I'll continue to I would say,
Taken you into confidence.
reached out and requested me to be
The
part of
SOP,
the
the products
deliberation.
have
Oh, very good.
come up.
It would be my
Yeah, in fact,
That's very fair.
duty to contribute. I will be most happy. My lords, I would only want to put this first, and it's recorded in the meeting also, which I had attended. This is a consensus mediated process, and all the departments are coming on board, keeping that in mind. There have been extensive discussions, they have been cooperating, but the only thing that I have requested, and that's what my note encapsulates, and that is that the action that needs to be taken pursuant to some of the lacunae having been pointed out, that still remains to be done, and some timeline may be fixed by which they will do that action. And that would also help us to then,
Timeline
for the departments to revert.
Reporting compliance, banks.
Huh.
no, if you'll also see this 1-2 page note, we have broadly hinted at
That will
what
bring in
timelines are
the-
possible.
The matter will remain pending. Today,
My lords,
today we are at the stage of formulation of policies, rules or regulations.
my lords.
Once that is done, then definitely, and those are made implemented, then we will have the status report with regard to that, what is the actual action taken at the.
Yes.
The government is very keen to expedite it as early as possible, and there's no difficulty at all about it.
Say, in continuation of the previous orders, including the 16th December 2025, London Attorney General for India. Shri R. Venkat Ramani, London Attorney General for India,
Let me note.
Yeah.
has placed on record a compilation containing status report on behalf of the Ministry of Home Affairs, Former Union of India, along with documents R1 to R5. Annexure R1 is true copy of the second meeting of IDC held on IDC is interdepartmental. Interdepartmental committee held on 2nd February 2026. Annexure R2 is a copy of the detailed inputs in respect of the submission of DOT. R3 is a copy of the detailed inputs and supporting material in respect of the submission of RBI. R4 is a copy of the input shared by Meet Y in form of status report. And R5 is a copy of the SOP for NCRP, CFCR, FRMS, custody and the restoration of money and grievance redressal. It is pointed out that after forming an interdepartmental committee, don't say after, it is explained that an interdepartmental committee has been constituted. First of Central Bureau of Investigation has identified the threshold of losses of ₹10 crore or more for investigation of digital arrest cases. 2 such cases have been identified. 3 such cases have been identified in Gujarat and Delhi. And state governments have accordingly been asked to accord permission. This to be direct the state of Gujarat and NCT of Delhi to accord the necessary permission within 1 week. Within 1 week. Next paragraph. It is pointed out that the banks are using their own AI/ML tools for fraud risk management. About 26 out of 53 banks are stated to have also adopted Mule Hunter AI. Most importantly, Reserve Bank of India and Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center, Ministry of Home Affairs are in the process of finalizing MOU for sharing suspect registry data to enrich mule account detection tools in bracket preventive and responsive dash data for cyber criminals and mule accounts available. Lincoln helps black fraudulent transactions, and to help in blocking fraudulent transactions. We will appreciate if the draft MOU is finalized. How much, Learned Attorney, how much time it likely to take the MOU, this MOU?
It'll take about 3 or 4 weeks. 4 weeks time at least.
Is finalized within a 4 weeks or so.
4 weeks time.
Next paragraph. ये paragraph लिख रहे हैं. Similarly, RBI has drafted a standard operating procedure prescribing actions by banks for placing temporary debit holds on amounts, to prevent money mule activities and cyber-enabled fraud.
Next page. There are 2 SOPs if you lot will make.
Yes.
Yes. One you lot should notice in page 1 and page 2. J. Serial number J.
This is to be.
And that's what is referred to in page number 9.
So this D is to be implemented.
No, sir.
J has to be implemented.
The mule account money is kept.
The reference in page 9 is to serial number J.
There is no serial number J in this. Which one? Which one? This? There is no serial number J in this. This no?
CRP-CFRMS, custody and restoration of money and grievance redressal has also been approved on 2nd January 2026.
Yes, and page 9 of the IA,
We
Very postulated.
consequently,
we
Direct-
request the court to implement that.
consequently, we direct that both the SOPs
It's essentially MHA's SOP.
MHA. MHA is only one.
On J, sir.
MHA is only this one.
No. NIJ.
This will comprehensively address because some high courts have issued some direction, Rajasthan High Court. So this takes care of all that.
We'll do
What I suggested to the,
No, SOP at serial number, MHA's SOP is only serial number J.
that's right.
So, we accordingly direct the Ministry of Home Affairs to formally adopt and implement the above stated SOP dated 2nd January 2026. And the same be issued across the country for adopting a uniform process to strengthen inter-agency coordination from ensure the timely restoration of defrauded funds wherever possible and enhance
So by all the participants.
Shared with the records. Say that. What should we share? We don't know which record. There's only one concern, because people go to high courts. High courts have been issuing some direction, they're also framing some guideline. Therefore, let this order be sent to all the
First, Mr. Attorney, we give directions to the participating entities, that
Correct.
is your police, banks and financial institutions, as well as the adjudicating authorities.
That's right.
Under the auspices of all the high courts. Because they have to frame their rules. Some of the high courts have framed rules
Very right.
that without registration of first information report, also the attached money can be released.
Absolutely. But I thought in case people go to any high court need not undertake the exercise all over again and frame guidelines.
for adopting by all the participating entities a uniform process to strengthen inter-agency coordination
Including the adjudication.
directly to the High Court or
High courts.
this will add to the next paragraph, the High Courts. All the High Courts will ensure
That the adjudicating authority.
adjudicating authorities within their respective jurisdictions
Ensure compliance of this.
comply with the above mentioned SOP.
Ensure compliance, because high court to ensure compliance.
Ensure compliance of the SOP. Then say, it was also pointed out by one Attorney General that
As far as those items in page 2, those future action, that will form part of ongoing deliberations.
that Department of Telecommunication has drafted the telecommunications in bracket user identification bracket close rules 2025 as well as the draft telecommunications in bracket radio equipment possession authorization bracket rules. The comments from stakeholders, stroke general public have been invited. These rules are being formulated to prevent one eye biometric E-KYC and issuance of number of SIM cards in one box. Besides, to route international calls as local ones via voice over internet protocol, etc. So these rules can be notified immediately.
They are
Yeah.
asking for 2 weeks.
Or
2 weeks.
let these rules be notified within 2 weeks.
I think a little more time is to finalize.
Don't ask
the
for
rules.
2 weeks.
I know, I told the committee,
All right,
I would like to probably look.
All at 3 weeks. 3 weeks. DOT has also implemented centralized international out roamer in bracket CIOR in October 2024 for addressing the issue of spoof international calls to prevent, which helps identifying calls made by genuine international roaming subscribers.
The spoofed international, which helps identifying.
I know.
Helps identify calls for genuine. Probably both. वो आ जाता है ना,
Compliment होता है।
उसमें आता है ना कि spam.
Spam.
वो उसका है. The Ministry of Electronic and Information Technology.
Only one copy given. I see. I think there was a small, the copy which I hand over, it was probably meant for my reading. It's gone to your lordship's hand. I think it makes a lot of sense that way.
But it is helpful.
All in the brackets are all meant to inspect me.
Oh, okay. We don't mention this preventive or anything. We will simply set the rules only. But it helps in issuing the time direction. The
Hotel.
anyway,
Hotel setup करने के लिए।
G के बाद G is already.
हाँ।
424 में हो चुका है.
हाँ, नहीं,
Can I hand over another copy?
I would like to get the one with the notes in.
Same. Next paragraph. Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology is directed to develop and finalize a portal for reporting the complaints under Section 43 of the Information Technology Act 2000. That will be done within how much time?
That will also require some time. That will require some time, that will also require 4 weeks. Let's be around the same time, 4 weeks. And if you're able to expedite it, I'll come back and report.
Let the need to be done within 4 weeks.
Yes.
Let the need to be done within 4 weeks.
उसके बाद ठीक है, सब ठीक।
Rest is fine.
Rest
But the so far as the future course of action is concerned, it is pointed out that we direct the CBI to expedite a registration of the identified digital arrest cases for investigation. RBI is directed to examine the recommendations of the delayed transactions at the end of the issuer bank and take an appropriate policy decision in this regard. The Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology is directed to follow up with intermediaries for time-bound compliance, for which necessary meetings with the concerned agencies may be held. We don't mention any particular thing. Similarly, we direct the RBI, MHA, and Department of Revenue to examine the possibility of, to consider the desirability of suspending the suspicion transactions and debit fees under Section 12, capital A, capital A of the PMLA. Such a recourse, however, will be adopted by following the prescribed procedure in accordance with law. The above, the RBI, DOT, and Ministry of Electronics and so on so, along with Department of Legal Affairs and Ministry of Consumer Affairs, may also jointly hold a meeting to evolve some framework for victim compensation in digital arrest cases. So it will be appreciated if a pragmatic approach is adopted and a pragmatic and liberal approach is adopted in this regard. Let a fresh status report, next paragraph, let a fresh status report in respect to the above directions be furnished. Post the matter after 4 weeks on solicitor.
Look, there are a few clarifications. Firstly, in the future actions, DOT is not being covered. In the future actions,
Take the mic.
my apologies. Lords, in DOT, in the future action, DOT's pending actions have not been covered, my lords. Firstly, they were to create a dashboard which will include the ISP, PSPs as well as POS, so that the issuance of SIM cards cannot be subjected to fraudulent or additional issuance beyond the caps that DOT itself had mandated. That aspect is not covered in the note at all.
I think
Further,
there are two sets of rules. One rule is meant for this one.
no, not for the dashboard. my lords. The two sets of rules will be external facing. This has to be internal facing, because this will have to be a functionality that DOT, TSPs and POS will have to do together, which has nothing to do with the user framework. The two rules are pertaining to user
Tell
framework.
them to examine this
Yes,
aspect.
yes.
My lords, the second thing,
The status report refers to it at page 3 bottom. We'll examine that.
my lords, the next thing is DOT has the mechanism to impose penalties. That we have raised the suggestion that that should also then include compensation. Penalties has to be commensurate with the loss caused due to the negligence or willful misconduct of a TSP or a POS, and that has to accrue to the benefit of victims. That again is not addressed. The similar thing with respect to RBI, this honorable court has noted repeatedly the way the systemic rot or application has happened. But RBI, whilst imposing penalties, imposes nominal penalties against banks which are violating its own circulars, which is not commensurate with the loss that accrues because of the violation. For instance, my lords, I have recorded that Mule Hunter as AI tool has been implemented by 86 banks. Mule Hunter is developed by RBI. RBI's own circular mandates that banks have to evolve AI tools, which goes beyond Mule Hunters. Yes.
Kindly turn to page 13 of the.
The mandate was not just to implement RBI's Mule Hunter, but to develop AI tools which will include velocity checks. And that is what I had submitted earlier also, my lords, that where a digital arrest victim transfers funds which are unnaturally high, even that can be detected using AI tools and can be paused, or it can be a trigger which will then ensure either pausing of the transactions at the issuer bank itself or at the receiving bank's end. That itself becomes a trigger. That has not been addressed.
Give a note to the 11th.
Well, this has
Kindly
been
turn to
raised
page,
at committee meetings, and they will have to revert on that. But since my lords are saying that the status report will have to include this, this may also be added, my lords.
Just give a note that during.
Lords, kindly turn to page 10 of this status report, Annexure R1, action taken by RBI.
Hmm.
At the bottom of that page, the following discussions were held and so, and cyber-enabled frauds. RBI informed that of 26 out of 53 major banks have adopted the Mule Hunter AI.
Yes, that is my submission.
ML
We are not just
fraud
talking
risk
about
management
detecting
system.
mule
A draft MOU for sharing suspect registered data to enrich mule account detection tools. So I think it will go forward.
My lords, this is my submission, that all of this pertains to mule accounts,
Mr.
not to velocity
Attorney,
checks.
one thing is there are in situ circulars with regard to reporting compliances.
Yes.
That if RBI can strengthen the compliance of the reporting duties of the bank.
Certainly, therefore the
With
RBI,
regard to suspicious transactions and suspicious accounts.
And my lords, if the
Perhaps help
RBI
At an
ombuds,
early detection and thereby some remedial.
in every case of digital arrest, the submissions that have come point out that the RBI ombudsman has not really taken into account the kind of situation in which the scam has happened. They merely say you have voluntarily transferred, and that was the first submission that RBI made at the committee also. So the fact that the victim transfers voluntarily is part of the scam, but that cannot be held against them for compensation or for remedial action.
I would suggest
When
all
one-
these
my lord,
concerns.
The requirement of banks to develop AI tools and implement them goes beyond finding mule accounts. That is my submission, my lords, and that is RBI's own circular, which forms part of my first submission.
That matter may be better left up to the central bank.
My lords,
Maybe
and therefore,
best left to the central
Yes.
bank.
my lords,
to
my
develop
submission is that RBI should
Better tools.
implement
They
it,
are showing.
enforce penalties if there is a violation. Merely having a circular will not ensure implementation unless there is a penalty that.
We are in the process of consolidating it, so do you have a complete clarity on how it will really work? So of course, certainly RBI is going to look into it, and
See, there will be certain gray areas where probably with a view to whatever maybe, we will not say that it is their compulsion, but they will not like to pressurize the banks to adopt certain things. They may not like to
My
pressurize.
lord,
But that does not mean that we will also finally agree to that.
Mm.
We will see that what is to be left for to be done by us.
my earnest request.
if only RBI detects that there is a complete, yes.
If RBI does not take any stern policy decision, even at this stage,
Yes,
when the public, the information in public domain, official or unofficial, suggests that definitely more than 25,000 crores rupees.
Yes,
of
I
this
know.
country has been siphoned. So one of the figures sent to me, it talks of 54,000 crores plus. 54,000 plus crore of hard-earned money of these victims has been siphoned, taken away. That's why I was telling before lunch in some other matter that it is not extortion.
I heard that.
Brazen loot.
I heard that, yes.
And this is absolutely robbery and dacoity. Now, if the banks, if it happens either because of the collusion of the bank officials or if it happens because of their negligence or their perceived action of not annoying the customer. So that means that a kind of a tacit appeasement of the customer. It is not. The banks also need to realize that a customer, if suppose there is an account of a corporate entity, every day the transaction of lakhs of crores is taking place. There's nothing like doubtful in that transaction. But a retiree who is only withdrawing rupees 10,000, 15,000 per month, and suddenly from his account 50 lakh, 70 lakh, 1 crore is being released. Why your AI operated, there's some app in the bank will not peep alarmingly that this
That's why
transaction need
this
to be
note says-
rechecked.
I understand that. That's why this note says on average, but about 75% is successful. So where it has not been able to work for a variety of these reasons, I think certainly, I think RBI will address that question.
Because we hope that they don't invite a direction, and if the RBI can introduce some.
No, morning I had
It has
discussions
to
with
be a very
ICOs.
robust mechanism. This definition of suspicious transaction is the central point for consideration by the banks. Whether they are private financial institutions or public
They
sector.
have the circulars as to what is the suspicion.
Yes.
It's a huge network that has developed over a period of time.
Mr. Attorney,
So on the
this-
mule account that
this
are,
problem is the banks are more into a business mode and naturally so with ideas of profit earned. And in doing that, what they are becoming, either innocently or maybe connivingly, the platforms through which there is a very swift and seamless transmission of the stolen proceeds of crime. You see, your report says 52,969 crore to be misappropriated from April 2021 to November 25.
But if you not see the drop in now after
So more
the
than-
past 6 months,
Which is more than the budget of several,
I'm
several
talking
states.
in terms of the ability of the various banks. I've seen the curves. So it varies from bank to bank. In some banks, it is
No,
completely,
see-
it has dropped down considerably.
But
Yes.
Mr. Attorney, that is where the central
Exactly,
bank is the
exactly.
nerve center. It needs to give points to the banks which have better reporting compliance. We cannot predict policy, but it's
certainly.
for them to formulate
Certainly not.
safe policies.
In their over anxiety of making business, they must understand they are trustee of this money. The people have deposited it only because they have trust in them. And if that trust is defied or
I saw some information in the morning between private banks and PSU banks. Some private banks also have been failing regarding their commercial, concern. So
Sir,
it all depends on what instrument, probably universal.
their annual reports show only profit leverage. They do not show compliance leverage.
Some PSU banks score a high
Duly
on,
compliant is not shown.
what is happening is that these banks are, in due course of time, they are becoming a huge liability on the public at large. The courts have become their recovery agents. They lead into granting recklessly loan amount to these fraudsters,
that's a story.
all these so-called.
That's a different story.
And then you have NCLT and a
Right.
battery of the quasi judicial system only to recover money for them. Why?
Yeah.
They should be punished. They should be in
That's
fact put behind the bar if they are indulging in this kind of thing. Their
that-
managements.
That story will certainly take into account.
Now they don't care to even check these transactions. People are high and
No,
dry.
I'm sure with the RBI getting into the matter and then developing.
You see the professionalism or quality of banking which they are showing, then there is something inherently wrong with their way of functioning.
Look, and where the RBI itself has shown some of the banks to be negligent. The RBI ombudsman should necessarily then consider a victim's petition in light of that negligence on where should the liability lie. But that is not being done, my lords. Today, the victims are not too clear about where their remedies lie. Therefore, if there is a direction to the RBI ombudsman to entertain.
kindly
Why, Madam RBI Ombudsman, whenever this suspicious transaction take place, see, our is a country, we are so advanced in technology.
Yes.
First of all, you have to have only AI based. They don't require extra staff for it. What they require is only an app, which will detect that this is the trend of the transactions in a particular account. You are not closing that account. You are only stopping it, only for re-verification.
That's right.
Immediately from the bank, a message should go to that here is alarming message. And simultaneously, most important thing is that message must go to the nearest cybercrime police station.
That's happening. All that SOP takes care of all of that. SOP takes care of each one of these minor details. Kindly turn to page 52 of the report.
Every suspicious transaction
Yes.
must be reported to the cybercrime police station.
This SOP will address all of them. That's why I said once the SOP is put in position, you'll see
Well, it will take up after 4 weeks.
I have
Meanwhile, you study all these
I'll
assessments.
also have a review. Look, there are two corrections. At H, 1H, the Ministry of Electronics, MeitY, has said that they are developing a portal for reporting complaints under 43. It's not clear why they want to invoke 43. Firstly, 43 is civil penalties. It will have to be 43 read with 66 IT Act. But that goes into hacking, virus attacks. It would just create confusion in the minds of victims. The request or the suggestion was for either a separate portal for digital arrest victims or for financial frauds with clear headings for digital arrest and various other forms of financial frauds, or in the main NCRP portal itself to have a separate vertical for financial frauds and for digital arrest. 43 seems a little bit of a miscalculation there or
It
misapplication.
says this work is in progress.
That
and then-
goes into issues of hacking,
No, no.
virus attacks, distribution, denial of
true.
service attacks.
You see, that portal also, to my mind, once you create a portal, then they will shift onus to all the victims.
That's
That
right.
you have
But
not reported them.
NCRP is already there in that sense then. So why another portal which goes into all the other kinds of cyber crimes?
No,
What if we read with 66
let's
relate to others?
make some progress and find out where it doesn't work.
All I'm saying is this may be modified to say, let there be a separate.
Let us not do it today.
Either financial frauds or digital.
Give a set of suggestions to him.
My lords. And one final correction, my lords, at 2E, my lords had noted about the examination possibility of suspension under 12 AA PMLA. It may also add 106 BNSS, my lords, equivalent of 102, because PMLA may not be applicable.
covered in the
in
SO.
Cases,
Covered in
They're in the SO.
my lords.
It's there.
Check.
Since there is a direction from my lords on PMLA, that's
They
why
have directed
The other
the
side
SO
has
to
also
adopt.
started coming before us. We are
have-
really afraid of that.
that balance is what we are trying to.
We had Article 32 saying that is.
My lords, that balance is what we are hoping the SOP will bring in.
We have
Since
consciously
BNSS is
mentioned.
being applied indiscriminately and freezing of accounts taking place throughout the country.
My lords. But in a way, 106 BNSS and 12 AA PMLA capture what the Scams Act of Singapore effectively provides for, my lords. So one issue that arose was, do we need an equivalent law of Scams Act? We don't need that. Existing provisions can be applied in similar vein.
That can be crossed later on, but
Yes.
the existing provisions be really given effect.
So let us see that what comes out and then what is left out, then we'll see. Examine that part also. We post this matter of, give a date on.
Yeah.
And may I request for an NMD date, my lord, since the matter will be heard at length.
The turn may or may not come, that's why we are purposely keeping on Monday.
My
We
lord,
are not on Friday also,
my lords.
the things on Monday. On a Monday after 4 weeks, immediately after 4 weeks, whichever the earliest Monday, fix it on that.
Have your lordship leave?
Don't file individual matters, you tell the learned Micahs or to the learned attorney general, we'll see what is to be done.
May your lordship leave also to make a request. Item 36, there's an IA regarding the CAT Bar Association. The Calcutta High Court has virtually said the functioning of the tribunal. Item 36.
Items?
And one's case.
There are two interlocutory applications there. One is IA number 42091. That is for implement in the main CAT Bar Association. Then IA number 42093, where we seek a stay of the High Court's direction. The High Court says the tribunal will not function. And then, in fact, in another matter from Kerala High Court, somebody filed a co-warrantor petition saying members are appointed in terms of the Tribunal Reforms Act will not continue to function. So I probably give a lordship that writ petition number also. I think both these matters should be transferred here. The lordship should hear these matters.
No, we will hear that, but why benches are not constituted on it anyway?
Today was the day the tribunals are not functioning.
Yes.
Court said you will not function. Kindly see the interim order passed by the High Court. 4th of 29, they issued notice, and 4th,
So what is the order passed? Let us-
there's an order dated 4th of January, 4th of February.
Where is that order?
Can I hand over a copy of this?
Lord, kindly come to page number 163 of my IA application. IA number 42095 of 2026. The High Court directed tribunal should not be functioning. Madam.
36.
At page 2 of this order,
Just a minute.
paragraph
Why-
number 2.
Why the CAT bench is not holding
Page-
court in Port Blair?
Kindly turn to page 2 of this order.
The impugned order is page 160.
Paragraph 2 at page 2, therefore pending disposal, we direct circuit bench will not function.
Wait, the order, कहाँ जा clear the files?
We handed over a copy of the
Number
4th
four
February.
two, IA number 42095.
Kindly, 4th February order, page 2, para 2. The High Court proceeds on the footing merely because the tribal reforms had been struck down. Members appointed to various tribals will also cease to hold office.
Which paragraph?
Paragraph 2 at page 2. Pending disposal so and so will not function.
We direct the,
I
Only
mean, that cannot follow.
on the top, it is decided that the circuit bench is known as in the eyes of law. since
The High
it
Court-
functions in terms of which
The High Court proceeds on the premise
have been struck down by the Honorable Supreme Court, the time, energy and money spent in proceeding with the matter would stand wasted. Therefore, pending disposal of this issue in the present proceeding, we direct that the circuit bench of Central Administrative Court Blair will not function. Why the High Court?
no, this is absolutely against
the High
the
Court may just explain.
Constitution
sir.
Amendment of 323A and B of the Constitution of India. And our larger bench reason also there in terms of the L. Chandra Kumar judgment reported in 1997, 2 SCC page 261. The L. Chandra Kumar said all
So
the.
the effect of, if at all, the effect of the judgment of this court is
Yes,
that instead of 4 years, their tenure will be 5 years.
that's right.
Yes.
Therefore, the question.
Assuming.
You're right.
So that means that they will rather continue. rather than
Continue,
pursue
yes.
discontinue.
Can you clarify this in a stay of this order?
Exactly,
madam?
that's the most pragmatic way of looking at it.
Say, having been brought to our notice,
Yes.
the matter by learned counsel for the petitioner bar association, as well as by learned attorneys of India, we stay operation of the order dated February 4, 2026, passed by Division Bench of the High Court at Calcutta and bracket circuit bench at Port Blair in MAT/5/2026, array number 7, serial in order. Consequently, we direct the chairman of the Central Administrative Tribunal
Yes.
to depute the circuit bench
Yes, madam.
at Port Blair
We're supposed to commence today because of the stay order.
forthwith to enable that circuit bench to hear the matters
Yes.
on day-to-day basis.
Would it be in order if Lord should transfer these petitions here so that I find, as I said, Kerala High Court is entertaining
Yes.
certain petitions. Therefore, we're going to have problems all over.
Since the matters reforms of different tribunals is pending consideration before this court, we deem it appropriate to transfer MAT
255 in Madras Bar Association. It says the appointments prior to 2021 will continue. The appointments will not.
but the rules of formal appointment. In this regard, we have produced para 155 of the
Madras Bar Association.
recent judgment of this court in so and so, so and so. So heavy regard there too. we deem it appropriate to stay operation of the order dated 4th February 2026 passed by so and so, so and so. वो जो पहले लिखा था. Next paragraph. We also deem it appropriate since the matter of the reforms in tribunals is pending consideration before this court. M80/5/2026 pending before the High Court at Calcutta.
Circuit bench at Port Blair,
This is before the High Court bench only.
which is pending before the circuit bench at Port Blair. Calcutta High Court, circuit bench at Port Blair.
Before circuit bench at Port Blair. As also which is the matter in Kerala.
There's a writ petition number 46504 of 2025. I'll give the list.
Our order to be transferred to this court. Transferred to this court.
But till such time, I also pray before your lordships.
We request the other high courts, we request all the high courts not to entertain petitions with respect to the constitution, continuation or composition of the tribunals of the state, national state tribunals, to the extent the issues are pending consideration before.
But I also pray one submission before your lordship, the High Court overlapping the jurisdiction of the tribunal entertaining.
We have said, sir, we have said the.
Grateful, Malad.
Don't want to.
But both I application may be allowed, Malad. Yes. I also find out.
Service matter that the High Court is justified in entertaining it. The only thing is that issues are pending before us. Therefore, we don't want any parallel.
Yes, yes, Malad.
It is not that the High Court is without jurisdiction.
Can they fix a specific date, Malad? Any date, lordship, can be fixed, Malad?
What is left, otherwise we have transferred the case better and we set aside the order dated ye kar do.
That's,
We
that's,
set aside the order
Yeah,
dated 4th.
that's right.
Matter, and
Yes, yes.
so then list on so and so date after transfer, after 8 weeks.
Grateful, Malad.
All right, thank you. No.
Grateful, Malad.
Yes, next item. Now, the pure matter. Mr. Diwan.
yes, grateful.
Person present before. So she is going to not make that the submission back as up your change.
We can't hear, sir. Just a minute, wait for the turn, please. Which item are you referring to? Which item number are you?
I'm in 40 point, I was in 40.2 where I handed over.
My friend is talking about 40, Mr. Diwan is 40.2, I'm 40.1. I think Mr. Diwan was on his legs last time. I thought Mr. Diwan could start.
Just a moment.
Before. This is the sufferings, harassment on the ground of non-citizen. How can you do that shit in accepting such objections?
Your assistant, Mr. Diwan? You're with him?
You complete that. Someone objected to that,
We have already pointed out last time, even without arguments, we have told them to rectify it. Wait for a minute. So let us advert to the last order, what we passed, and let us see what is the compliance.
Because the last order is on 4th of February 26.
4th February, that's it.
Your Lordship was pleased to issue notice in certain writ petitions. And thereafter,
Para 5, I think, Mr. Diwan. Para 5,
yes, para 4 and 5. Yes,
para 5 is only for listing the other matter, then where the main order.
No,
there's the 3 petitions which are captioned where your Lordship was hearing us. Just above para 4. There were these directions, there were certain observations your lordships had also made. So if I may be permitted, just continue with that note. I'll bring your lordships up to date with the further developments that have occurred over the weekend. And we'll just make our short submissions.
That no application for initial is taken unless the applicant discloses own identity and address. And the Crown cannot.
Sir, if all of you will start arguing together, then we'll not be able to hear. One by one, we will hear all the matters. Yes, Mr. Diwan.
Yes. Now, Manoj, may I just request the court to take up?
It just been concentrated. 14.6 is the repeat. Organization calls another something. Find an again, including certain, praying for certain beliefs, which I think respectfully deserves your option's attention.
My
Let
lords,
Mr. Diwan go on.
My lords, this petition, I appear for the state.
Yes.
This is supposed to be a public interest petition.
Correct.
This is an organization that takes care of temples. What interest they would have in overseeing an election is a moot point. But that's the first point. That's the first point. And
Persons who go to
and the second
temples also
point-
go to polling booths. to
Yes,
vote.
of course.
Yes.
Why?
My lords, and the
aversion
second
for
point,
temple?
may I just say
Why
this?
this aversion for temple?
No, may I just also,
That's not a right.
may I also just say this, my lords? Your
But,
lordship,
sir, the-
your lordship's
Let-
last order.
Problem is that in none of the matters we are permitting petitioner side to argue. It is happening there with Mr. Diwan also, it's happening with Mr. Giri also. Let us hear one by one.
Yes,
We are,
that's
One thing, my lord.
I'm grateful.
we are not shortage of time, we will hear. Mr. Giri, what is your matter?
Item number 40 was our matter, my lord. Well, item number 40. There are certain problems which are happening every day, my lord. We are trying to draw your lordship's attention.
See, if you people will not maintain discipline, then you must know the nature of your chief justice. I will throw out all the matters, will adjourn the cases and will stop the hearing. If this is the way of you people.
Where will you go, my lord?
Interrupting, we are hearing concept for we are starting the argument, somebody starting speaking like this. Is it the way to argue in court? Are you sitting in a grain market or you are in court number 1?
I just request the court master to hand over that note. We have given it last time as well. Justice Ajaria, we have given extra copies also today.
Carry that note.
Yes, it was given last time, but we've given furnished an extra set as well. This was the note which was circulated on the 4th of February. I think I'll just mention 2-3 things and then rapidly try and just make my points. You may have a marked copy from the previous occasion. You may. But in any case, this one is a fresh. So, Manoj, may I just, your lordship has that cover sheet? Correct. So this, Manoj, I just want to apprise Justice Sanjaria on 2-3 points.
Yes.
We had, yes.
My brothers are not here.
Just very, very quickly, there's a, as your lordships know, there's a special intensive revision of the electoral rolls as far as West Bengal is concerned. This case essentially deals with that. There is a time that process will end on the 14th of February. So there is tremendous urgency, my lords, with respect to the specific directions which we see. There are 4 or 5 heads under which we will be making our submissions and suggestions. On the last occasion, on 4th of February, there were certain observations which were made by the bench, and we therefore, pursuant to that, have handed over. I'll bring your lordships up to date on that. That's the general conspectus. There's just 2-3 figures I want to give your lordship. The first is, sorry. Yes, the first figure, which is actually not in my note, and which you may just note, is that the draft list, the draft electoral roll, which was published, has approximately 7.08 crore electors on it, the draft list. Please note that figure. The second figure is that out of these 6.75 crore, I'm sorry,
Approximately 7.
approximately 7.08 is the draft list which was published around the 16th, I think, of December 2025. Out of these 6.75 crores, approximately 6.75 crores are mapped. By mapped, what it means is that each of these electors was mentioned in the 2002 list, so they are mapped, or they were identifiable through some family member, etc., some relation in the 2002 list. So 6.75 are mapped. Now, we are really focusing on this particular 6.75, sorry, and just to indicate, 32 lakhs were therefore unmapped. 32 lakhs were unmapped. I am primarily focusing on the mapped, and my first submission, which we had made last time, was that 1.36 crore of the West Bengal electors were found through a process which was known as logical discrepancy. Your Lordship will recall that. So that was a computer program which they ran.
Where is that order where we dealt with briefly about this mapped, unmapped and logical discrepancy?
Yes, Your Lordships have dealt with it on the 19th January order.
19 January.
If Your Lordship has 26838 IA,
IA 26838.
which page was it?
IA 26838.
Which page was it?
Page 30. 40 points.
Your Lordship has it, page 38?
19 January, para 2 of the order.
Yes, may I just place it? It appears that approximately 1.4 crore individuals have been issued notices for the purpose of document verification. These notices are broadly categorized into 3 parts, mapped. That is the category of voters who are linked with the 2002 SIR. 2, unmapped, the category of voters who are not linked with the 2002 SIR. And 3, the third category involves logical discrepancy accounting for approximately 1.36 crore voters. Now, just a pausing here. These are all mapped. 1.36 crores are all mapped. The documents brought on record by the parties indicate that within the category of logical discrepancies include, inter alia, a mismatch of the father's name, a mismatch of the parent's age, a difference in the parent's age of more than 50 years, a difference in the grandparent's age of less than 40 years, and those having more than 6 progeny. With a view to enabling the persons who are, as of now, included in the category of logical discrepancies, we deem it appropriate to issue the following directions. The names of the persons figuring in the logical discrepancies may be displayed in the Gram Panchayat Bhavans, public places in every taluk, and block office in every taluk subdivision, as well as in the ward offices. 2, persons likely to be affected are permitted to submit their documents and objections through their authorized representative. Such an authorized representative can even be a booth-level agent. There shall be an authority letter in favor of such representative, whether signed or thumb mark, and documents and objections may be permitted to be submitted by the Panchayat Bhavans or block offices. The Election Commission of India shall issue instructions for providing an additional 10 days' time from the time of displaying the list in the Panchayat Bhavans and block offices to all persons who have not yet submitted their claims, documents, or objections to do so within the extended period. The state government shall provide adequate manpower for Election Commission and the state elections for deployment of Panchayat Bhavans block offices to handle documents, objections, and hear persons likely to be affected. In this regard, we direct the district collector to meticulously follow the instructions issued by the Election Commission of India or state government for deploying adequate staff and forces to ensure smooth functioning. The Director General of Police, West Bengal, Superintendent of Police, Collector are instructed to ensure that there are no law and order problems at the location and that the entire activity proceeds smoothly. All affected persons may, in addition to being given an opportunity to submit documents, materials, or objections, also be heard at the time, either in person or through the authorized representative accompanying them for the purpose of making an appropriate decision. And the official will also receive the documents at the hearing, may also certify the receipt of the documents and the conduct of such a hearing. This para 10 is important. The Madhyamik class 10 admit card, which discloses date of birth of the candidate, may be submitted as part of the Madhyamik pass certificate during the hearing. Your Lordship.
Was my brother able now?
Yes, now Your Lordship, I'm very obliged. Yes, absolutely right. So, my Lord, this was the background. Now, my Lord, I'll just go to my point by point. Now, if Your Lordship just takes up my note, please just go straight away, if Your Lordships would, to page 4 of the note.
Page 4.
Yes, Your Lordship has, sorry?
Yes. Submission
Yes.
para 7.
Yes, paragraph 7, right? So now this was the first set of points. A majority of the logical discrepancies, more than 50% of 70 lakh, are cases of minor name mismatches or spelling variations. For example, Roy and Ray, Ganguly and Ganguly, Datta and Datta. A sample set of discrepancies is enclosed at page 8. Now this, my lords, we had projected on the last occasion. Your Lordship may just go to page 8 of the note. Yeah, 50%, my lords.
So if you read your para 7A,
Yes, 7A.
conjunction with para 2 Roman 3,
Yes,
our order of 19 January,
yes,
that means out of approximate 1.36 crores,
yes.
70 lakh people are those where this mismatch or some.
On names.
typical.
And these are mapped individuals. My lords,
So
please.
last time,
Yes.
last
Yes.
time we said that because
Yes,
because of the known availability of sufficient manpower,
Yes,
the election commission was compelled to take up persons from the outside the state.
yes, special
that
officers,
might
yes,
show
yes,
something,
yes.
observer
Micro
or
observers,
whatever
yes,
it is.
yes,
But during the course of hearing last time,
yes. We
verbally.
indicated that we would.
Yes.
We have given them the particulars of 8,505 officers. We've arranged it, and I'll just hand over,
Because-
no, just give the note.
Because
Just
what
the
will
note.
happen is,
Sorry.
that suppose a person from Delhi.
Yes.
Or Rajasthan or Punjab origin, suppose he goes there,
Yes.
he will not be able to understand this mismatching.
Yes, so
issue.
that's one thing. And the second element is, of course, also, my lord, on respect of jurisdiction, which we'll come to. But if your lordship just takes up this supplementary note, which I've just handed, just to respond to the, yeah, just give this. This is exactly to answer your question. Give it to the other side. Give it to the other side. Page 6, my lords, page 6. Please go to, yeah, this is the email of 7th of February, which was on Saturday. In terms of the observations made by the Honorable Court during the hearing of the captioned matter on 4th of February 2026 and under instructions of the government of the state of West Bengal, please note that West Bengal is ready and willing to make available 8,505 number of Group B officers.
This mail is being sent on 7th February.
Yes, it was on the weekend, my lords. It was on the weekend, but we had to get the available officers. All the particulars are given. Because we have not burdened the record here with the individual names, but they have been supplied with the individual names.
Have you sent the list of these 8,000 something?
Yes, yes, yes.
Have you received this list?
Yes. No, my lord, your lordship will see the
Kindly see the
district-wise.
next page. In the same note, kindly see the next page.
Yes, the next page.
This is what they say the detail.
District-wise indicative list of number of Group B officers who can be made available, and we've particularized the names. The names are given and were sent.
I'm afraid, my lords, no names were given. This is all that we have received at 12:30 in the afternoon on Saturday.
See, because how, that is the whole problem.
Yes,
The officers with their full nomenclature, designation and particulars,
yes,
the names will have to be sent, then only they can take them temporarily on deputation, kind of.
Yes, yes,
That is
yes.
statutory deputation.
that will be furnished. my lord. We've given the particulars because we asked them kindly confirm the same at the earliest, whereupon the requisite particulars of these officers shall be shared.
Only number is given, not the names.
No, my lords, the names are fully there, fully compiled. If your lordship sees the email at page 6 of this note,
Of which
kindly confirm the same at the earliest. So we furnished the district-wise particulars and we said that you please just confirm the, whereupon the requisite particulars of these officers shall be shared. For further action, so they can be immediately deployed, my lords. The full, these are all made available. Yeah, you give it to them.
Never made available, my lords, they want it.
Sorry,
See, we don't want any dispute on facts.
Yeah.
Because then we will have to ask the chief secretary to file an affidavit that has he sent the names to the, because commission says.
no, my lords, I am told that we were awaiting the confirm, the names are compiled and they are ready, district-wise and designation-wise, as your lordship indicated.
Group B, all Group B.
They are all Group B.
Till 12.
Yeah, yeah.
The mail is being sent around 12 o'clock.
Yes,
The names are not.
the advocates to the advocates.
I for the government, the lordship wants the numbers which I can offer for this.
Numbers
Micro observers.
No, but
What the
Mr.
numbers?
Singhvi,
It's not micro observers. Dr. Singh, it's not micro observers.
you know,
no,
the state government officers who are supposed to be sent.
Yes, so therefore, one is Group B officers.
Then ideally, on 4th February, when a statement is made before us,
Yes.
on 4th itself or on 5th itself, they could be sent the names so that these are the
There's
officers.
some confusion.
Because we took a little time to compile the names. The state took a little time. By the time that then these advocates sent it across.
But even till today, the list has not been sent. Names
The
of.
list is available, my lord.
We send them from AR to AR to
It's available.
confirm. Just note two things, Balus.
Mr. Diwan, there is a
Yes.
difference. If you will see the scheme,
Yes.
not the names available. It's the question the officer will have to go and report to the district electoral officer of the state election commission.
Because the only, the request was that the request was that you please confirm to us and we will immediately provide the particulars because the only.
But not required their confirmation because this was the statement made before us during the course of hearing.
Yeah.
So you were only supposed to comply with what you said before us, sending the names of 8,000 plus whatever officers you want to send.
Yeah.
That here are the officers in terms of the observation.
All right, so we'll.
As
furnish
rightly
that.
mentioned in
Yeah,
the.
we'll immediately furnish the list, there's no problem.
Minutes. Number one, this is the entire list. I don't want to load this here for the court. This is the list, but
But Singhi, the list were not supposed to be sent through the court. It
no,
should have
Malas,
been-
it's not, it was, Malas, that explanation I'll give, but just see the note of 2 pages for a minute. Malas, they are saying that they didn't know about it, just give that note. Please give it for, madam, please give this note first. Madam, this note. I'll just take 2 minutes, Malas. Because impression is given that we were not ready with the names. My lord wants, Malas, Gazette Class B, because Malas, the earlier
Has to
name.
be because unless you will give the details of the
Correct,
officer.
correct. Now, just give me 2 minutes on this, Malas. Just come to para 5 of this note. I'll just take a few minutes on this note and then Malas, I'll tell lordships.
Yes.
Till 4th of February, I have given Malas, I have deployed rather, 80,681 BLO appointed by the ERs in terms of ECI notification, the rejoinder, etc. Forget it, Malas, I've given the actual pages, where BLOs would be appointed at the first instance among any Group C and above regular serving employees of the state government enrolled as an elector. 8,524 ARROs appointed by the ECI with a notification dated 29th, 26th, 18th, etc. dates ka given, being
That's
employees of
that
the
every
state
state
government.
does it.
These AREs are majority from Group B, rest are from A and C. They are typically, this is important because what Lordship got earlier were craftsmen and teachers as well as painters. PDO, Deputy Secretary, BDMO, Inspector, ICS, Revenue Inspector, BLRO. 294 EROs appointed being Group A employees of the state government. They are officers holding respective offices in terms of ECI notification, being officers who have completed 9 years of continuous service, equivalent to SDM, SDO, etc., rank. ECI has wrongly contended because West Bengal did not provide SDA rank officers, it was compelled to appoint 8,000 micro observers. When these MOs, these officials are of much lower rank, including art and craft, teachers, master craftsmen, customer, no idea of local culture, no idea of local management. ECI has raised objection to appointment of non-SDO, SDM levels as ERs. They are the letters of ECI. By letter dated 17th of October, I clarified to the ECI that officers of only the ECI notified designations have been provided, which are approved designations by ECI in previous elections, and no new designations not used earlier was considered for appointment of EROs. 294 represent all the 294 assembly constituencies.
Yes.
Then Malas, just turn the page. Certainly Malas, para 6, your lordship will just note, all these offered as so-called micro employees or micro observers are Malas, of very remarkable categories and from PSUs and central government employees having no connection with the local culture of West Bengal. None. I have highlighted 3 quaint ones, Malas, master craftsman, art and teacher, customer assistant, but even the others are Malas of PSUs. They are not local, they are only central government PSUs and central government departments.
So what is wrong with that even if the central PSU? Question is very simple. Micro observers are from outside. So whether they are PSU or the
I'll tell
central
you,
government employees.
then let me answer that. My lord is right. They are, look at the level, Malas. They are clerks, they are customer assistant, they are master craftsmen. Malas, the person has to do the job of a BLO. My lord will see what the one size fit all will not work here, Malas. These are not people who are in any manner versed. Look at my categories, Malas. The people I am giving, BDO, Deputy Secretary, BDMO, Inspector, that is the point being made. A, rank-wise very low. B, Malas, training-wise inappropriate. And then Malas, last 2 paras, 7 and 8, approximately 1 micro observer per arrow has been appointed. Such micro have been appointed from central PSUs and other organizations. They have no connect with Malas, West Bengal. They have not served there. They don't know how to handle it, Malas, straight away. If you put a clerk there, Malas, then in any event, the state, I was reading, that was para 8. In any event, I am now making, I am meaning the state government, Malas, available equivalent number of such further Group B officers across the state.
Yeah.
Approximately, I am told it is 8,100, subject to correction. 8,500 or 500. Equivalent number. An indicative district-wise list, etc. Now, Malas, I understand that these were sent through advocates on record.
Your para 8, now in your today note prepared, you are saying that now you are making available them. So obviously, now this is being acknowledged also, that nobody has forwarded this list of 8,500.
Apparently, it was forwarded
By now, the election-
Yes, very well. So
if
let-
had it been, say, sent on 5th of February itself, on 4th when we heard the matter, by now they would have taken a decision, we would have called upon them that you please
Kind
tell us.
see para 9. Well, I can't, suddenly, my learned friends are also making arguments here in court only. The ECI never requested the state, never earlier, to make available further Group B officers. And the question of failure to do so cannot arise. Only the court at the honorable court at the last hearing made a suggestion. That's how it can only be between then and now.
Yes.
And they can perform the roles, the roles which are required, which are itemized at page 4, etc. All I'm saying is, this is a correct way of doing it. They have never involved us. They have never asked us. They have never, I mean, I suppose I could send it so moto, but that would hardly have any meaning. Your Lordship did observe this orally last time, and we have promptly put it on record. That is as far as the numbers go. I have other things to say on other issue, but this is only on the micro observer's point.
Well, so your lordships may take it that now that list of 8,500 has been now handed over of individual officers because.
No, it has not been sent. Probably up till now it was a proposal to send it, but now in any case you can send it. We can ask, examine the particular.
We've handed it over just now because we were waiting for their response. But Manoj, now.
Nothing has been
Formulate this point.
I'm afraid nothing has been handed over to us when it comes to the names. When you're talking about 8,000 and odd names,
Taking time to reach you.
yes, I agree.
No, sorry.
They've just given it.
So ask one of your junior to see that whether the names, designation, place of posting, contact number, anything is given.
We will check them, Millis.
Because these were the basic thing required.
We've also given copies for the court.
This one, yeah, this one.
In that,
Oh, I see. It's kept on the table behind the justice company.
purpose of notification is.
Going to contact them, Mr. Diwan. And, or have they been instructed to report to the local district election officer?
As soon as they do it, we can immediately issue instructions. It has to be done because it can't be that people in this number are just excluded even though they are mapped because of some name discrepancy, because that's our essential point.
How many of them?
Certainly it be expedited. And that discussion.
He gave 8,000.
This one.
8,500. This is 8,500. 8,500.
This issue was never raised before the last time.
We'll take that one. Now I'm talking about the note.
So can these persons report to the concerned EROs by tomorrow?
Yes. Yes.
No, Mr.
If
Tahir,
required.
Let's.
first of all, because of this, unfortunately, these are again incomplete kind of particulars. We do not know what does mean this SAG2, ACS, head clerk in which office?
This is competition, assistant competition.
Department is mentioned.
This is road division clerk.
All right.
This is SAG is.
So the department is also mentioned.
Yes, sir. DPO is drawing and dispersing office. That is,
So first of all, your EROs, the designation is ERO, no AERO.
No,
This will be.
they are
assistant.
micro observers.
They are
They
micro
will report to whom? They will report to the
They,
ERO.
they have to report to
ERO
EROs and AEROs.
AERO, come
AERO.
AERO.
The irony here is that, Millers, before I could get into any other detail, EROs and AEROs are, as they have supplied Group C officers, etc., they are subordinate to these Group B officers who are supposed to be advisors. They can only, micro observers. They have an advisory role, nothing else.
These AEROs
Yes,
are all state government officials.
yes, my lords.
They are state government officials.
Yes.
And their designation is
Lower than, most of them, lower than these micro observers. I'll explain this, my lords.
some
My
of
lords,
them
we wanted,
lower than micro observer, lower than the officials list now being given.
yes. They're all Group B officers. May I just explain this to me, my lords? To your lordships.
AEROs are either Group A or Group C officers.
We wanted all Group B officers, 300 of them.
Yes, sir.
They have given us only 80 of them.
Yes,
The remaining, they have given Group C an assortment.
how many 80 are Group A officers?
Group B minutes. Group B officers, 80, not the remaining.
800,
No, they are about 300.
8,000 Group B officers.
Yes.
AERO are already appointed.
Millets, when we want,
AERO,
yes.
They are only going to assist.
I'll answer. Just millets, if they are quiet, I'll answer everything so that they could answer me, rather, whatever the issue that I've raised.
you have one AERO, you have
Yes.
one AERO in every constituency.
Yes, millets?
No, can I just solve this, fellas? These are all BRO, these are all Group B officers, this list, this big list. They will all report to EROs, all of whom are Group A.
No.
294 constituencies, 294 EROs, all are A. All of these are B.
The very unfortunate thing, Dr. Singh, they are refuting in your presence only that they are not Group A officers.
No.
Millets, out of 300, out
They are
of
B, they will
300,
report to A.
out of
They are-
300,
No, no.
let me complete, millets.
Is there any officer of the state of West Bengal to whom we can catch hold? The
Yeah.
problem is that somebody is irresponsibly.
No, no, of course, fellas, he has to be here.
What is his designation? Please come bring him in front.
Of course he is.
So, Mr. Chief Secretary, you are here.
Former Chief Secretary. This is now the Principal Secretary to the Chief Minister. He was the former Chief Secretary. So he is.
All these 294 are Group A only.
I am
Only
afraid
Group A.
It is
All the
completely
294 are
incorrect.
Group A only. And all the 294 constituencies are Group A only at the ERO level.
The problem is that we are basically, when we are stuck, we are stuck. We will not proceed further. Now, this gentleman has been Chief Secretary, now he's advisor to the Chief Minister. So who knows better than him, after all holding the executive head of this, the state civil services. Now, can you, what's your good name, please?
Sir, Manoj Pant.
Mr. Pant,
Yes.
can you please tell us that 300 of names which were required to be sent for the purpose of AERO? AERO.
ERO.
How many of them are Group B? How many of them are Group A? Or how many of them are Group C employees?
Sir, all EROs, 294, they are all Group A officers, either of the rank, all are of the rank of SDO or SDM. They have completed 9 years or more service in the West Bengal Civil Services. And some of them are IAS officers as well.
EROs, huh?
EROs.
or AERO?
EROs, electoral registration officers.
Now,
294.
in every constituency, there is one ERO,
Yes, every
right?
constituency.
And how many AEROs?
8,524 AEROs are there.
Approximately in one constituency of assembly constituency, how many AEROs are required or normally deployed?
3 to 4.
3 to 4.
Sir.
So say approximately in your state, you require how many assembly seats are there?
294.
290. So let us take it 300.
Sir.
300 multiplied by 4.
300 multiplied by sir, 3, around 3, sir. 900.
All at 3. Then you require 900 percent. 900 AEROs. How many names you have given in the AEROs?
8,524, sir.
Now you are giving.
No, this is previously. These are AEROs, sir, who are already appointed, who are working under EROs.
What is their rank and designation approximately?
Of the ranks of Group B officers, 65%, and yes, sir, and group, otherwise all are Group A and Group C officers.
All are group?
Group A and Group C.
No, 65% is Group B.
65% are Group B,
How many are group C out of them?
only 10 to 12% would be, sir, right?
Only 10%.
Actually, sir, AEROs are there to assist the EROs, and the
So ECR has notified the AERs.
And these AEROs are notified by Election Commission of India, sir. After notification only, they are appointed as AEROs.
Now, is it likely to be an anomalous situation in case out of these officers, those who are now sent to assist or advise,
Assist, Manoj.
assist, that some of them will be senior to than AEROs?
Not the EROs, sir. EROs are all Group A officers of West Bengal Civil Services Executive or IS officers.
They can report to the EROs.
They will report to the EROs
And they're only assisting, Manoj,
Come,
in the
to
process.
ensure that no names.
In any case,
may I answer that, Millets? What they're telling is that, Millets, they're all Group A officers, etc. We have written 5 letters to them saying EROs are quasi-judicial authorities. Please provide us either SDMs or SDOs who are revenue officials who have been experienced in passing orders after adjudication, etc. This is what we wanted. What they have done, Millets, they have given us 64 of them. The rest, they have only seen the pay parity. For example, engineers from all walks of service. They have given us saying these are Group 1 officers.
No, they are
But
not-
we wanted.
they are not servants or the revenue officers.
They have nothing to do with the whole thing. They don't have any process at all. Miller's objections raised and they have to pass a speaking order. That has to be challenged in an appellate forum. For that purpose, 5 letters were written. Please, these are the officers we wanted so that they could adjudicate and then the rest of the process could take place. They have said during elections, these people were deputed. During elections, they don't pass orders. In SIR, they need to pass orders.
Election duties are something different.
Entirely different. Now they say these are all approved categories in the context of elections, not SIR. We are specifically asked 5 times. This is the role they have to play and they have not given. Now, Millets,
And
yes.
let us now try to solve this where
Yes.
stalemate must go.
Yes.
One thing we would like to very clearly that whatever orders, clarifications, interim direction may require, we'll have to issue. But we will not allow to create any impediment in completion of SIR. It must be very clearly understood by all the states
That's
and the
correct.
state authority. Now, just to remove this stalemate, now that you have got another bumper draw of this 8,000 something officers, whom might be some of the officers are those who have dealt with in their services. Either they are, say, like sub-divisional officers, civil SDM as they call, or they might have held the position as BRO, revenue officers, or whatever designation nomenclature they have.
may I just add only one thing here, Millets? Let them provide the nature of work they have been discharging. In the list, a revised list they could give by evening, vis-a-vis all these 8,300 people, what is the functions they have been discharging? If they draw from various walks of life, we need to know what they are, because my lords may can appreciate.
If you like, head clerk, upper division clerk, inspector.
Department, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Land and Land Reforms Department.
Mr.
Yes, Millets.
Naidu, please
Yes.
go to the second last column.
Yes.
The department is specified.
Yes,
You see L and LR.
Yes.
Land and Land Reforms Department.
this is the department, but the role that have been playing there, we don't know.
So you see the designation, law, LDC.
Yes,
That's the lower division clerk.
low division clerk.
So they do office work.
My lord, we kindly appreciate. Now we are coming to first, Millets.
In any case, ERO and AERO, you have already notified.
Yes, yes.
Unless you find them, some of them not really up to the mark in the sense that they do not have the quasi judicial experience and they need to be replaced. And suppose you have some officers available here in this list
Yes.
with whom you can replace, you can do that exercise. Number 1. Number 2,
May I just interject?
That's very appropriate,
Manoj, with
Millet.
your
That's what
permission.
our intention is.
Manoj,
Now
with
they
your
have
permission,
provided
may I just
8,000
interject
B
here?
officers.
May I just interject?
EROs and
We are
AEROs
not
can have
seeing
from that pool.
replacement of EROs and AEROs, Manoj. That's been notified. We are only concerned with the micro observers who are being
Right, that's
substituted.
not correct.
So that's all this is.
I'll answer.
we are coming to that point.
Yes.
The second point will be that because this anomalous situation of senior or junior might
Yes.
arise.
Look, these will be only assisting or replacing the micro observers. Now look at what the micro observers there.
May I
attitude
answer that,
says.
Millets? My lords have very felicitously observed that from this pool, I can as well replace EROs and AEROs because I want SDMs and SDOs. They cannot have any objection. Once they have provided a pool, millets, I wanted competent officers. I can give one illustration. When somebody defies my order,
Manoj, the
when,
object.
yes, please let me complete.
There-
I can answer.
That is nothing unfair in it.
Yes.
Mr. Diwan.
Yes.
Because once the officers will go, they are all on deputation with ECI.
Yes, yes.
Election Commission can decide that.
Look, Manoj, if they want to draw on this pool for replacing an AERO, I am not going to stand in the way. My respectful submission is that these micro observers, because the whole, what's our apprehension? I'm going to come to that. What is the purpose of this name mismatch? It's just to purge the
I'll come to
entire
that.
voters,
We'll come to that.
electors. That ought not to be allowed on a mass scale. That's our anxiety.
We'll come to that, millets, when we cross the bridge.
Yes.
Coming to that part also.
Yes, millets.
So first you can do that. There
Yes.
is no difficulty. You can replace your AEROs whom you find that they do not.
And
have-
EROs also, who are not SDMs or SDOs.
Whom you find that they do not have enough experience of performing this kind of quasi judicial.
Precisely.
I'm not saying it's a quasi judicial, but kind of quasi judicial duty.
Exactly.
They have to apply their mind to the objections, pass a reasoned order.
Yes.
Right? That
Yes.
is one done.
That's one thing.
Now, second thing comes to this micro observer.
Yes.
Yes.
Micro observer is basically a team created by you for the purpose of assisting the ERO and AERO, right?
Yes.
Assistance for what is the nature of that?
I'll
assistance?
explain, millets.
Yeah.
Millets, these micro observers, they sit during the process of hearing and they notice all the objections given or documents given, everything, etc. Then from the ERO or AERO, whoever conducts the inquiry, they collect them, they scrutinize, and on the website, they say they are perfect, you may consider. If they are not perfect, please relook into that. This is the advisory role they play.
To take this final decision that these objections are say perfect, that the name, there is no mismatch, actually it is a correct name. This decision will have to be taken by the ERO or.
EROs.
ERO.
He has no role to play.
So they are only assisting them.
Exactly.
It is something that order we will have to pass them, but both
Now,
sides we are hearing.
Let me submit, millets.
Right.
Now let me submit.
So,
Now I'll submit, millets. So once they all come to me, they needed, as we did with the earlier batch that's presently there, that's micro observers, they need at least 10 days training to be given. That's what we have done. They needed to be trained with regard to document perusal, the scrutiny and all these things. They have to do that one. Now, millets, the hearing was over. Out of 1.51 crores, barring 14 lakhs, the rest hearing has been completed. The present batch, they were present during the process and they are scrutinizing that one. Now, millets, if somebody has to be there, they can only supplement because they were the people who were present during the course of hearing. Now they are scrutinizing the documents. If I have,
even in those cases where the process of filing documents is complete, say 1 point something crore you are saying, the documents are yet to be scrutinized in those cases also.
but hearing, they had the advantage of being present and collecting them.
Fine. Okay,
Yes.
Fine, understandable. But the documents, final yes or no, with respect to acceptance or rejection of those documents is yet to be taken.
Yes, Minister. In the process. May I submit in the process?
In the
It
process,
may be done in a day or two.
obviously, in the process. So if these officials, they, which are being now sent, if they join tomorrow morning to your
Yes.
office, let them also go through those documents and give their assistance to you.
May I submit, Minister?
Yes.
Yes,
It
I'm
will
coming.
enhance
It's not
the
just
quality
the
of-
one. I'm just coming. Yes, Minister.
It will enhance the quality quality of the decision making process.
Yes, Minister.
Yes.
Because somebody,
Precisely.
decision is to be taken by the ERO and AERO.
Yes, Minister.
By taken by me and my brother.
Yes, Minister.
Arguments is your side.
Yes.
So instead of argument, it will not be an adversarial kind of atmosphere. Here somebody will say, I know Bengali, I know this reason, I know a little bit knowledge about this area. Here somebody, instead of DUTTA,
Yes.
somebody writes
Yes.
DATTO. Right? This is only something. Somebody may assist you and it might be a very convincing argument for you. You may accept.
Actually, millets, for my lord's kind consideration, will give illustrative cases where we have flagged it, saying that one, there is logical discrepancy. It's not been divorced from any common sense. We have found that where it is irreconcilable, we have employed a software which can as well identify the spelling mistake, and it has ignored it. It has ignored it. Only when it comes, please, yes, let me complete.
70
Yes, Millets.
lakh.
reality.
Yes, ma'am.
What is happening is there definitely may be logical discrepancy, but also with the application of the software, there may be a much wider net to which notices are going.
Yes, minutes.
It's creating a bit of a.
Could I send my list? A
And
list,
that
two lists were
has to be
prepared.
addressed.
As an example, we have prepared two lists. My lords could see where it's been flagged as to the discrepancy, where it has accepted, notwithstanding the minor variation.
Saying a difference of 50 years for grandparents
Yes, my lords.
would be a logical discrepancy.
My lords, what?
2020
Yes,
being a reproductive age,
yes, ma'am.
will 50 be a good window?
My lords, we kindly appreciate. All that we wanted is when it comes to mapping, whatever the details available in 2002, if you replicate them here, no questions asked.
We cannot restructure it. But
No.
program that you have put for the your software to work,
Yes, my
in
lords.
certain cases may have a policy challenge.
Yes, my lords.
You're saying that the
That's why,
difference of
Millets.
20 years between parents and a child is a question because in India it's all, cannot be an underage marriage. But these are not real ground realities.
Millets, actually, what we have done is that, Millets, each elected
Probably
was
idea
required.
appears to be in this, the referring to this age or gap in age is maybe that you are trying to identify that actually, if they are actually found to be really grandson and grandfather, then you can't have any objection. The only thing that this is only one of the tool to identify whether actually they are grandfather and grandfather.
Actually, Millets,
Or
actually,
using this screen.
Millets, actually, it's only tip of the iceberg. I'll give an illustration. About 200, in two instances,
Why don't-
200 voters have traced their mapping to single parent. Is it possible?
We have gone
Yes, we have given the statistics.
ECI after.
Yes, Millets.
We have seen that there are persons with 50 grandchildren. Definitely you have a right to issue a notice.
We have, that's what we have done.
Person having 5 children, 6 children, you are issuing notice.
Millets, what has happened, Millets? My lords, may I appreciate one thing. If 2002 mapping corresponds with this one, no questions asked.
Yes,
About
questions-
5.6
Questions asked.
Millets,
Sir, questions asked, sir.
when 5.6 crores has passed the muster, we have got
Notices are for mapped people. 32
mapped
are
incorrectly, may I submit, Millets, with great respect, mapped incorrectly.
traceable to
Had there
mapped
been,
people.
had there been,
And traceable to mapped people.
had there been syncing perfectly, no questions asked. Once it's been
That's
incongruous,
perfectly, there the tools that you have applied to the software appears to be very restrictive tools.
puts,
They are eliminating natural differences.
yes, Millets, could my lords have a look at the papers we have given as the examples of where it's not been
As
flagged, where it's been
Honorable
flagged?
Justice indicated, surnames are of various forms. Roy, Ray.
Millets,
These are
Let me put it
getting-
there. Let me
there
put
are-
it this
There
way.
is a common practice of Kumar being a middle name in Bengali households.
yes, Millets,
So you have a Topon Kumar Rai,
yes, Millets,
Topon Rai. Now the omission of Kumar in notice is being given.
yes, Millets, may I submit, Millets? The whole thing has arisen on one concept.
जजिस को नोटिस कर दिया जथा का नाम है शुभेंदु नारायण सिन्हा
Yes. Notice.
2003, your name is Yaya. You sent to Glory. How the hell is it the same man?
Because they translated it and they did a CSV.
So you're telling me the
translation.
actual Bengali is very something else?
Yeah.
So check and say, give examples, right, sir? Check these names. And
This K. Krishna, Krishna, it's bad translation. And notice, it has to be that. Baki must be a duck name, pet name. Yeah, the reality was.
we have to give against his explanations for past events.
I just submit, Millets. Kindly have a look at my notes. Since an issue has been raised, Millets, kindly have a look at my notes. Page 39 of my notes.
May I just complete my brief submission?
Yes, yes, well, surely, we are only trying to find out that if we can
His notice also.
No, you want to make submissions based on that.
Millets, since they have said, making a mountain out of this molehill, Millets.
Well, so I think we
have
should be
been-
heard first
Yes,
on this.
Please, let me
because-
complete, then you can have your say.
Now, on the continuity of what was argued on the previous date of hearing and what has emerged today.
Yes, Millets.
The last date of hearing was, they were since objecting to the micro observers brought from different.
Let them complete, Millets, I'll answer.
Yes.
No, we are not on that point. We are simply on the point which you are right now saying, that now these 8,500 something people are there sending. Let them report tomorrow. Let them also join the team of that assisting.
They need to be trained, Millets. Before that, the precondition is they need to be trained. Without training, they can't. They can't make head and tail of it because they are not experienced in that field. They have to be trained, Millets. By the time, the whole, my lords may appreciate, it's a time bound one. I need to just finish by the deadline. And then, Millets, if they have to be trained in the next 10 days, it's not that we're doing it for the first time for them. The previous batch too had 10 days.
Mr. Naidu,
Yes.
outsiders, officers who are not aware about the local conditions, you might require to train them, that they have to understand. Here it's not the question, you are not depending on them in the sense that you have to take a decision as per their advice. Decision your officers will take. You will simply say that this is the matriculation support certificate. Here it is saying that some, say, let us say P. Narayan Sinha, and the son is written only Prashant Sinha. Father is Pratyaksh, suppose Narayan Sinha, the son is only Prashant Sinha. So somebody can point out that yes, indeed, as per the certificate, he happens to be the son of so and so. Maybe that the son does not write Narayan. That's all. Then you can think that what is the decision to be taken.
Well, if I'm not contradicting, let me submit humbly that an untrained professor is less skilled than a trained clerk. Sometimes they have more knowledge because they're practically hands-on experience. Here, we'll take them, we'll see their profile, we'll see their suitability. We have this migration as lordships have permitted when it comes to EROs and AEROs.
So-
Remaining, if they are good enough, they can be trained within short time, and then we can employ to assist in the process. We're not excluding them, but we need to have the list. We'll scrutinize them, find the suitability, then we'll earmark which people we need to have.
But that-
Because we have already had about 6,500 people. If they wanted to supplement, that I need to have. So that, let's let them provide the details. Now they have done that one.
It is coming to you today itself.
Yes, Millets.
Let them report tomorrow morning.
Yes, Millets.
Then you can have some, whatever bare scrutiny about their profile.
I need to,
Then
Millets.
you can immediately associate them. You see how worthy they are.
May I submit, Millets?
It is something, today we are
Yeah.
saying on judicial side that you require 3 years practice to become a judicial officer.
Yes, Millets.
There was a time when we said, no, you are not required. You come pass out law, you can. complete.
Experience proved, otherwise that's why my lords have reimposed that.
So these things will continue to vary. You see them for how, to what extent they are
Yes, ma'am.
useful to you. Simultaneously, you can start imparting training also. Training in the sense that you will sensitize them that this is how you have to scrutinize the document. That's what the training. You do that also.
Millets, then next thing, we need to give them ID. We need to give them a portal access. All this logistics need takes place, Millets. My submission is that, Millets, let them report tomorrow. We'll scrutinize. Kindly have it either day after tomorrow or the next day.
We can
We'll
have
come
a-
back and we'll report the position. If they are suitable, we are drafting in only to assist. Let it be, Millets.
May I just
They
complete
can't
my-
just give it now and say that tomorrow they start functioning.
Okay,
So
Millets,
let it be, in 48 hours, we'll get back to your lordships, whatever feedback we could have about their suitability.
But I'll just state my points now because we are pressed for time. So I'll just state my points. My primary position is that as far as these so-called logical discrepancies insofar as name is concerned and name mismatch is concerned, the default position ought to be that these people cannot be excluded. There has to be, sorry,
Mr. Diwan, principally we are saying that
Yes.
if somebody only because he spells the name with a different words.
please add, Millets, please make a direction
No,
to that effect.
We cannot issue a direction because this will amount to preemptive direction to them to interfere in their functioning.
Millets, but I want to show you what they have said. I'll just take your lordships on that. Because these are on the 2002 list. Yes.
Notice is something different.
Yes.
Taking a decision is altogether different.
Sorry?
Taking decision is altogether different.
No, I understand.
Notice
So,
has been issued based upon some AI app or
Absolutely.
whatever it is.
absolutely.
Now the person comes, look here, how have you doubted my identity? I am same thing.
Yes.
How can you doubt my identity?
Yes,
Somebody
correct,
comes.
correct. That.
So let us see after these verification of these documents,
Yes,
how many these notices are dropped.
yes,
Suppose
okay.
only 5%, 2%, 1% are left as doubtful cases.
Well-
Your argument will also be in a different.
Yes, you're right.
But if suppose in 80% cases, these
Yes.
rejections are turned down,
Yes.
the argument will be the same as you
All
are
right.
arguing today.
All right. So fair enough. So Manoj, then in which case, Manoj, first of all, I agree with the observation made. That's a sort of a logical manner forward. I have no quarrel with that. They can come back. The issue, I should, just a second. I should just mention one point because it may not dovetail with the timeline and the sequence which your lordship has indicated because we are trying to adhere to this. 14th of February, they are declaring the final list. 14th of February. Now with 10 days training, there's going to be no time to train these people. So the fait accompli which we are going to find is that on the 14th of February, there will be a final list. We won't know the exact points which your lordship said, whether it is 80% have been accepted or 90%, or there's been a wholesale rejection. There will be no question of pursuing an appellate remedy, because thereafter, as your lordship knows, that once there's a final electoral roll, there will be, and a notification follows, say, for the elections. That's the end of the day.
We visualized and we made some arrangement in Bihar case. It's not that first time we are dealing with it.
Yes.
This kind of scenario situation had arisen in Bihar also, and we had introduced some.
So we don't want a mass exclusion, Manoj. I think that's the sentiment also this court's concern. Now, Manoj, may I go to my second point? So, Manoj, as far as name and these other mismatches which your lordships have correct regarding number of progeny and the age, according to us, if so long as it's just a minor number which they eventually post-screening come up with for deletion, it's one thing. But if it's going to be a mass exclusion and a purge, then it's an exercise where, Manoj, the computer is a bit of a tyrant, is my respectful submission. That on the basis of some program and on the basis of some bias, you exclude people. So, Manoj, that is my first set of submission.
Only speculative, Mr. Diwan.
Yes, but Manoj, my apprehension is, all right, fair enough, Manoj, I've made my point. Now, Manoj, go to my next point. So this is, Manoj, as far as the micro observers are concerned, I want to make just 2 points. The first is just take up, if your lordships would, Manoj, there is a rejoinder, just have a look at the rejoinder affidavit that I have filed. 2 documents I want to show you. Which one? Ready?
Let's take it on.
Yeah. Your lordship will just take up my rejoinder on 2 pages.
In Dola,
339, 340.
in Dola cell.
Filed on 7th Feb.
I give copies here. Oh, so Manoj, maybe I can be quicker. Your lordship has the note which I handed over last time.
Yes.
Your lordship has that note, correct? So it's the same document in the rejoinder. Please go directly, if your lordships would, to page 19. 19
of today's note.
No, yesterday, last time's note, Manoj. We have now placed it on affidavit.
Yes, yes.
Your lordship has page 19. Yeah, appendix 4.
19.
Is appendix 4.
Yes. Your lordship has.
Handbook.
Now, this is the Observer's Handbook published by the Election Commission of India. Your lordship will find that on page 20 as well. Now, please see the role of micro observers. This is very important. Now, this is their own manual which I'm pointing to. Please see page 21, if I may just place it. Micro observers. The employees of the central government PSUs are appointed as micro observers. The micro observers are expected to observe the polling process on the day of poll. They are assigned duty in the polling station. They shall be part of the polling team and shall be seated in the polling station. They are to be present in the polling station before the mock poll starts. They shall report about the poll day in a given format. Report of micro observers. Micro observers are to be trained by the observers 2 days before the poll with the help of the RO and posted in the polling stations which are critical. Therefore, an arrangement is required wherein micro observers are stationed at a central. So now, Manoj, this is their manual. Now, how if this is a micro observer on a polling day? I'm sorry.
This election, this manual.
Yes.
This observer's handbook.
Yes.
Pertaining to the conducting the elections for SIR.
Yes, but that's the point. There's no other role for a micro observer, Manoj. There's no statutory basis. Now see.
Once the micro observers are appointed in an SIR process.
Yeah.
Mr. Diwan, that we will have to give this responsibility or this power to the ERO.
Yes, absolutely. No problem. The ERO can certainly exercise this power, but not a micro observer. Now, why they apprehend?
Micro observer, you are right. Micro observer cannot take a decision.
You're right. I'm obliged. Now, my lord, just take up my IA 26838. Just take up IA 26383.
Those
Just a
who
minute.
take decisions
Yes,
who
IA
have been
268.
crying foul, saying that, and please give us competent officers.
Just a second, but just
EROs
go to
and
page
AEROs,
106.
They have never provided. On a non-issue, they would like to make the whole attention. Ultimately, the orders are passed by EROs. And we wanted competent officers. Even in this
Now,
list,
look at your
even in
lordship
this
has-
list of 8,300 millets, I don't think there is any SDM or SDO. Who
Well, your lordships may
please
just go to
kindly
page
direct them.
106.
Please kindly direct them to provide these officers who ultimately pass the order.
Will you get
I'm
8,000
just
SDM?
completing my micro observer. I'm
From-
just completing
from-
my point in answer to the Chief
From the
Justice's
government,
observation.
from the government rank and file only we want.
Yes, please
Not
just
from
go to page
outside.
106.
And they don't provide that one.
Will you just see page 106?
And we'll give the statutory base also, millets, for micro observers.
You'll have to make 8,000 districts in Bengal if you want 8,000 SDMs.
Your lordship has, my lords, page 106. It's a screenshot
Yes, yes.
of 26838, your IA 26.
We'll
Just an entire-
left and
Now just go to the last, to go to the bottom screenshot, my lords. ECI net login for micro observers. Elector present for hearing, yes, no, and action. I agree with your lord.
There is
Sorry.
wrong document has been given here.
This is the rejoinder.
Petition, rejoinder.
Dolas and rejoinder.
Can you explain why point out what is the document?
Oh, sorry.
The screenshot gives, I mean, it suggests that the micro observer has been given authority here to agree with the decision of the ERO. Just please see this. How can you have a application like this?
Millets,
Just
that's been
look at this.
changed, that's been informed. They're just flagging on that one. That was long back changed. Now they have got to
This is
only click
gross.
one button. We have provided that one too. An argument of
Yes.
prejudice without any substance.
Yeah, this is their own application over here.
We have changed it.
Changed it.
So if, so let us see, I think, anyway, we can, sure.
Show me this.
Yes, please see the last screenshot. It's on page 106. And at the foot, there's a heading, ECI net login for micro observers. Elector present for the hearing, yes, no, action. I agree with the observation of the ERO or AERO. And I do not agree with the observation of the electoral, yes, of the electoral officer
No.
or the additional ERO.
And the ERO is a.
That, you see, Mr. Diwan is something like some lawyer arguing that, all right, I endorse the view of the.
No, but when this is,
But that's-
my lords, when this is given,
Millets, to cut
when
short
this
the
is
whole
given
controversy,
across
to cut
the,
short the whole controversy, millets, kindly have a look at page 76.
That is the reason lakhs of cases have
Kindly have a look at page 76, millets.
been kept pending lakhs of cases.
Millets, would my lords have a look at page 76 of my note?
my lords, let me
That
just
will answer.
complete now, my lords, I'll just complete.
Page
So, my lords,
76 of my note. Let me counter that. That's completely a false statement. Kindly have a look at page 76, millets, of my note.
What is the note?
Kindly 76.
Yeah.
Page 76 of my note, millets.
But why are we going to and fro like?
This is the role the micro observer plays, and we have given it. Kindly see, millets. He has to click either of them. Does it amount to any way he's vetoing or taking a decision? Just have a look at it, millets. 76.
Submit document needs to be reviewed.
Submitted documents need to be reviewed, go to the next elector.
Because you should.
He
go
could
3 days.
press either, but it doesn't bind the ERO.
Let him say
He has to take his own call. That's why we insisted that let there be a competent officer as an ERO.
But this is creating an extra election authority, my lords.
When I have
Some
got
PS
plenary
So
power,
anyway, I have now
need to
completed
have
my
the
point.
staff
I now
as
go
a
to my next
desire.
point.
Millets.
Lords, I go to my next point. Now, please just take up my rejoinder and just go to page 308, please. 308 of my rejoinder. It's a thick one, which we have placed. Now, this is a separate point. Your lordships, I think we're looking at it.
Where is that rejoinder? Was it given earlier? Yes, rejoinder.
Yes,
Starts
Page?
at 7.
yes.
Starts at 307.
The document itself, my lords,
Starts at 307.
begins at 307. This is Bakia.
That earlier.
Now, this is dated 22nd January.
No, this is with the 7th February.
Yes.
Yes, that's the one. Correct. If your lordship is pleased to go to page 307.
307.
Your lordship has it?
Annexure Y.
Annexure Y. Right. Now, this is what they published or issued on the 22nd of January after your 19th January order. Your lordship may just note that. Now, please go to page 310. 310. They have a list there of acceptable identity documents for self, father, and mother. Your lordship has that at page 310. So this is the list which they publish. Now, please go, if your lordships would, please go to page 312. Now, see the directions they're saying. Common observations as to why cases are doubtful and liable to be rejected. Your lordship has that caption. So these are general instructions being issued. Observation. Only Aadhaar and so-called family register SECC enumeration data submitted to be rejected and decided thereupon. So the default position in their instructions is that even if you have a family register and Aadhaar, you have these two items, still the general direction is to be rejected. Now look at the next one. Aadhaar and admit card. Now your lordships had mentioned about the admit card specifically in your 19th January order. Aadhaar and admit card submitted. No other document which proves linkage to either parent's date of birth, place of birth, if born in between 1st July 87 and 2nd December 2004 or thereafter, doubtful and to be rejected. General instructions. Look at the next page, 313. Birth certificate, admit card, caste certificate, or self-submitted by born after 1st July 1987. No other document which proves linkage to either parent or place of birth, doubtful and to be rejected. And look at 6. Birth certificate, SIR extract of either parent, but name doesn't match of either parent. Name mismatch. No other document to be rejected. And ERO, AERO, BLO be under scrutiny. So wholesale, even if a person has 2 documents, leave alone 1. Their list, as your lordship sees at page 310, is 1 document. 1 document. They are wholesale issuing general instructions, my lords. So you're going, this is the idea is not to include, the idea appears to be to mass exclude.
Mr. Diwan.
I'll answer all these things, my lords. I'll answer, my lords.
Yeah.
We are not done yet, my lords.
Yes, yes.
I also want
Yes,
to make
completed.
submission. This
Let it
interruption
be
goes on.
completed.
Some people maintain discipline, the others go on interrupting.
You know.
My lords, this preaching should stop
Yeah.
from my friend.
Now, my lords, I'll
So
just
high moral half
complete.
Don't interrupt.
Now, this was circulated. I'll complete. This was
And everybody
circulated.
knows that.
This was circulated under a WhatsApp message. This entire PowerPoint at page 326 on 23rd January 2026, after your lordship's order of 19th January. And the reason I mention this is that in their reply affidavit, they make an evasive denial saying you haven't produced any document in support of your claim. So we had to annex this particular document. Now, my lords, your lordships may just pick up my note, my lords, the note which we had submitted on the 4th of February. Just take that note for a moment. Which one? Which way? And please go directly to page 22. Yeah.
Last word.
Yeah.
Last
Yeah.
word.
Now, this is suggestive of the extra legal role being given to these micro observers. Look at page 22 from their dashboard. Your lordship has appendix 5 written on top. Well, it's my previous note which your lordship was following.
Page 22.
22, appendix 5.
Appendix 4.
Your lordship has it? It's a table. It looks like this.
There are so many documents.
But I had handed in a note on the last occasion and then we replaced it.
Yes, you can refer to now.
Your lordships on page 22 have appendix 5.
Yes.
Yes. Now please see their dashboard. Notice delivered by BLO. Yes. ERO, AERO action found okay. Role observers observation pending for observation and micro observers observation pending for observation. So our serious apprehension is that even after the ERO and AERO has found it to be okay, you are giving the trump virtually to the, to the last say, to the micro observer. So this doesn't seem to be a fair manner of proceeding.
See, the ERO and AER also,
Have found okay.
that must, they are expected to wait for the observations of these two subordinate
That's it.
officials and then take a call.
That's it.
But how, where's the question of
pass it
taking, the
on.
question I say is, where's the question of taking a call? Where,
Taking a call in the sense that you have two opinions, assuming.
Yeah.
One says that these documents are genuine. The other says the document, no, this cannot be relied.
yeah, yeah.
NRO is the final authority to take a decision.
Yes, absolutely. So, Manoj, please, Manoj, a direction to that effect that the ERO is the final decision to take a call on this.
Millets,
And
nobody has
that will,
questioned.
give
Never has it
a
been in
public confidence
controversy.
the process, Manoj.
It's ERO who is the final authority. And ultimately, he takes a decision.
What's about that?
It's a non-issue, Millets. Ultimately, he takes the decision. That's why we have written 5 letters. Please give us competent officers
That is
with
under
experience. They never provide. They themselves say that we have given Group C officers. Now they said this is the duty.
If all of you agree, we will pass a short order, short but little giving explain.
I have one submission, just one.
I have one submission, Manoj. Kindly.
I,
Manoj, I have one
I
submission.
waited for Mr. Devan to
Manoj, I have
finish.
one submission.
Just just 1 minute.
Manoj, I have
My
one
submission is only this. In the spirit of what fell from your lordships, that these 8,000 names are being given, they will carry out the exercise, etc. In the spirit of that, since 14th February is coming as a deadline, that final list cannot be published. In my view, if the final list is published, then the entire thing is a fait accompli with the exclusions. So as far as the
Manoj, I have
1.36
some-
crore have been excluded, they will remain excluded and we won't have anything to say at that.
Manoj, I have one submission. Just kindly allow me.
Lord, can I make a?
Point is this, Milord. This point is this. I am not restating their points. The point is this, Milord. Bundle of objections are being filed by some individual without disclosing their names, identity. Fair enough. But at the time of hearing, the objectors must remain present at the time of hearing. Otherwise, how do I know
We are
whether
going to regulate their internal functioning, so.
no, internal law, Milord.
Can I?
Law says,
Kindly see the
To all of you in a 32.
My lord, kindly see the rules, kindly see the rules. My lord, can I read?
Lord,
the
can
rules?
I make a?
Item number 42, I raised.
Lord, I-
provision.
Lord, I am in a different writ petition, my lord, where I have a contrary point of view.
In item number 42, I raised a little issue, my lord, regarding Aadhaar card. My lord, I know the lawsuit
My
judgment
lord,
is reserved.
my lord, just I read
I
it.
know your lawsuit judgment is
Just
reserved
I
in
read
item
the rules.
42.
Just I read the rule 20 of the, my lord, the registration of elected rules 1960. The register officer shall hold a summary inquiry into every claim or objection in respect of which notice has been given under Rule 19 and shall record his decision thereon. 2. At the hearing, the claimant or as the case may be the objector and the person objected to any other person when the opinion of the register officer is likely to be unresistant to him shall be entitled to appear. Therefore, an objector who is filing 1,000 objections without disclosing his names,
You are-
like an anonymous complaint.
I'll straight
I
away
must
answer.
know when I have been asked to appear, who is that
Then it-
objector who has given the objection? Is it completely false objections but only for the purpose of, my lord, they harassing us? This is the, my lord, this thing is going.
Item 42,
I'll answer
item
straight away,
42, my lord.
Based on a
That's
certain
completely off the record.
anonymous complaint.
It's never been an,
Lord, put your lordships.
Sorry, item number 42, I have very limited issues, my lord.
I don't get a chance, my lord, to make a submission. What do I do?
Reading his address like this, 5/1 West Bengal. And he is asking to delete the name on the ground of no Indian citizen. Whether the election commission will have any authority to decide who is a
That,
citizen.
we are not commenting on that.
My lord's a non-adversarial suggestion.
This is the way it's being done. It should not. be done.
May I make a non-adversarial suggestion? I'm 40.6. Effectively, what has happened, my lord, the police has got 2 persons who was carrying in an ambassador nearly
Please don't make.
Nearly 1,500.
Item number 40. In item number 42, I have limited issues.
My lord, a non-adversarial suggestion. My lord, I'm in 40.6. My lord, the statute contemplates this. The SIR, the problem which is arising on both sides is there's a looming deadline and there's a problem. My lord, the Act itself provides 21.3 that you can carry out the SIR and the proviso says that there's no time limit given.
proviso itself provides that if, till then the existing electoral roll remains.
We know
I
that.
just leave it to my lord.
In item number 42, my lord,
0.6. We are 40.
issue, my lord. Item 42, my, very limitation on Aadhaar card. But I know that your lawsuit, there is reserve, but what happened in Bengal, my lord, the Election Commission has included Aadhaar card as item of 2012. The ground rate is what, my lord, during the submission of the claims, the electoral officer cannot.
Mr. Dewan has already indicated that. Mr. Dewan has already.
Yes, Mr.
My lord,
Devi.
can I, my lord, the writ petition number 1216 of 2025. My lord, that was a writ petition filed by an association stating that the election commission must be more involved in the deployment of safety and for the safety of the officers, my lord, in the course of conduct of the SIR also. My lord, the question of conduct of elections comes a bit later. Now, my lord, I have filed there is a detailed additional affidavit which has been filed by the Election Commission pointing out that they have taken steps, but it has not proved to be adequate and sufficient. And therefore, what they say is that they are in touch with the government officials, but they have not been able to get the adequate number of security forces deployed. Now, my lord, there is also an indication, my lord, in the affidavit that there has been large-scale, my lord, burning of Form 7 objections in several places. Now, what ultimately, my lord, it has come to, insofar as the Election Commission is concerned, is that, my lord, they have given illustrations of, my lord, wholesale exhortations by members belonging to one political party, my lord, stating that these objections will not be permitted. Now, my lord, at one point of time, they even go on to say that it will not be possible to consider the objections unless, my lord, the objections are placed on record, my lord, before the officer who's considering them. Now, my lords, therefore, we have filed an IA, my lord, in this, and we have these are the reliefs, my lord, which we have
We have already issued directions on 19th January.
No, my lord, the directions are what we have stated, my lord, in this.
No, directions are Director General of Police to all the Superintendent of Police,
Correct.
deputy collector.
My lord, apart from
The
that,
Election Commission finds that despite those directions, the
Yes.
right order
yes,
is not being well.
yes, my lord, could your lordships, my lord, these are the,
It's your Election Commission not powerless.
no,
We have,
no,
we
my
have
lord,
filed a detailed counter.
And the
yes.
process is
And
over.
detailed affidavit,
bringing
my lord,
to
what we have,
notice
just a moment,
The
Mr. Nayak.
defiance and
My lord, these have,
Concern.
This process is over, my
my
lord.
lord, I'll just complete this. My lord, this is what I have prayed for, my lord, in the IA. Let the Election Commission take note of it. Lordships may consider it. Let the state also say what they want to do. First direction would be a asked for is direct the Election Commission to extend the time for filing claims and objections by a period of 14 days because our objections have been burnt wholesale, my lord, in several places. It will go to, my lord, it will go to the advantage of those persons who have claims as well. But this time frame, my lord, if it is 14th of February, it proves to be completely inadequate. The second, my lord, we have also said, because this Election Commission is not getting sufficient cooperation from the local police, what we have said, let them respond to that. Direct the Election Commission to deploy central paramilitary forces and depute police officials from other states to the SIR centers to ensure their impartiality. Problem is, my lord, my learned friend has been
to
saying
my argument.
that the object
It's just contrary to my argument. My learned
Lord,
friend's argument. is just
Lord,
contrary
I am
to my
appearing for Union of India.
I have taken by
Therefore,
writ petition.
Therefore, one
Lord,
gentleman.
if my argument was the same as that of my learned friend, I need have simply said that I adopt his argument.
Both of you are on the same page that there is more time necessary for verification and preparation of the findings.
Yes,
You also say,
Yes.
objectors.
the reasons are
they
different.
say For the purpose of.
Correct, my lord, correct. Therefore, my lord, whatever it is,
And my lord,
let
the
the election
statute,
commission
my
respond
lord,
to
the
this
statute does not
and say
contemplate a
that
time.
we are extending the time.
Statute itself does not contemplate.
Statute doesn't contemplate, but that has to be done by the
And your lord-
machinery.
Yes, but
And
my
your
lord, the
lordship's
FIR,
order,
Timeline, nothing is
Milord,
finalized.
lordship's
Milord,
order
900
dated
voters.
91 covers his
500
concerns,
doesn't
my
cover.
lord. It covers.
It's a different, it's a completely different thing.
Comprehensively.
No.
Right down.
State
state
has
government
filed
doesn't-
a
One aspect,
State
my lord, if
doesn't
your lordship
want
permits.
anybody to
filed a response. my
get
lord.
another, some more time to file objections.
Lord, can I, my
Filed a
lord, mention
comprehensive
something?
response.
Where
Addressing
is
his
choice is
concern.
that you want us to pass the order in court or we go inside and.
My lord, can I have 1 minute, my lord, sir? My lord, I appeal for Union of India.
So you can also join.
No, my lord, I'll make only one or two statements, my lord. I am not long. In Mr. Giri's petition, Union of India is joined as a party. Lord, there is already one detailed affidavit filed by the Election Commission of India a week before, and one affidavit is filed yesterday. My lord, one constitutional body intimating the highest court of the country, your lordships may see the contents. Lord, it is really, really alarming. Your lordships may take cognizance of it and, my lord, pass some remedial directions.
That's what I want to
Let's
take
we
your
have
lordship
filed-
to that
we have
affidavit,
filed-
additional affidavit filed by the.
Government
Easy
Please go
has
through that affidavit, my lord,
comprehensive
otherwise it would be.
Provide
Somebody
the
must-
review linkage to all the.
But I joined,
Miscarriage of
I
justice,
agree with
my lord,
Mr.
it's-
Shankara Narayanan. There must be some discipline in these matters.
In this petition, we should be made party. We are
Commission of India.
arguing here. We have not been made party.
Powerless. They should have, they can also ask for the, whatever central forces, paramilitary forces, state police, more state.
My lord,
State
can we
government's
see the
response is-
affidavits, my lord? It's
Let's
not
let
just
state
central
government's
forces.
response in their
Why
rejoinderies.
it's not just
Police is
central.
my subject, state subject, you have no control.
Correct.
They refuse to register FIRs when I have requested.
That is.
And some officers, AEROs violated the directions. We have said that they should be replaced. They have not done that one. Certain
Your
good
lordship,
officers,
the
they have
directions are,
transferred.
my lord,
We have said,
violated.
don't transfer them.
Yes.
They said that you have no control. We have given every instance, every day. The leaders.
My lord, there is
whoever that-
wholesale,
Infinite
wholesale
features.
burning of
You would
Form
be
7
killed.
objections.
You would be killed.
The step
Fall in
FIRs are not
We have
registered.
seen all the videos.
document.
There is violence
FIRs
on the
that have been
street.
filed. They've
In
also-
SIR hearing,
some
there is
other
violence on the street.
And no safety
What do we
for any
do?
officer there.
concern has been
Violence
addressed.
is instigated by
Counter.
leaders.
Please
my
see,
lord,
we
that
filed
is
two counter
really
affidavits.
unfortunate.
Counter and an additional response.
Even
Therefore-
CEO is not spared. Millet.
Please take that.
That has
Please
been
take that up,
lodged.
my lord.
Lord, please go through
Yes,
that
Millet, we have
affidavit.
filed
my lord.
everything.
My lord, a
Along with the
message will
counter,
have to
May I
go.
we have filed all the complaints.
It's counter, my lords.
We have filed all the complaints.
My
My
lords,
lord,
may
a
I just-
message must go
State
that
government's
Constitution
counter.
of India applies to all states.
My lords, may I just take you to page
My
3?
lord,
Including-
leaders of a political party exhorting that objections
Lords,
may
we
be,
can't-
objections may be,
Fine,
one, you
Mr.
can't.
Giri.
Therefore, please let me complete it. Let me complete
Cannot
my
be
submissions, Ms.
premised,
Gurusamy.
Frankly,
Leaders of political
constitutional
parties exhorting that objections be burnt. There is
My lords,
my lord, pervasive violence on the street.
We have provided-
Objections are not being heard. Quasi judicial function is not being discharged. My lord, if there are claims, there are objections. My learned friend says there are 1,000 objections. Therefore, my lord, they want the objectors to be there. Let them be there.
crore.
But if
let
they
them be there.
if
Let
the
them be
objections
there.
are being, if the
Let them
objections
be
are being burnt, Form 7 are being burnt, my lord, how will
Burning,
those
my
persons
lords.
come there? They are being destroyed.
1 crore objections.
My lord,
have been
all
heard.
anonymous
Page three of the-
Constitution must apply to all states in the country.
May I just take you to page 3 of the
That
counter?
message must go, my lord, that message must go. With all
Milord,
humility at my command.
in a place, Milord, in a minority constituency, just 1 minute, Milord.
Scenario,
In a minority constituency,
the objectives will appear.
Milord,
Burn the objectives also.
just kindly, say,
Milord.
in a place Milord, where the minority remains, Milord, if there is 1,000 voters are there, 950, their names in the logical discrepancy, again in the objection. How it can be possible, Milord?
My lord, there is
How
one
it can be
application,
possible?
Lord.
My lord, there is my IA in item 40.2, my lord, my IA for interest.
All right, thank you very much now.
No, my lord, can issue notice in that way, it is fresh IA, my lord. And in fact, my lord, it is on behalf of the Vice President, Akhil Bharat
This is
Hindu
in
Mahasabha.
continuation of the order.
Before passing any order, please go through those replies and take care of the situation. That's the only thing I'm requesting.
See the state government's response.
Yes,
It should be made part of there.
Mamata Banerjee, my lord, that is, my lord, unheard of in the Indian constitutional history that she has come forward and filed petition before this honorable court and
What
will
is
also
there-
appear.
what is the unheard in it?
No, my lord,
That's
never,
what
Lord, in
the
the
faith and
Indian
trust in the system,
constitutional
that's all.
history, never
She is having a right to file a
come
petition.
against the constitutional body.
There is nothing to
What is that? She is having a right to file a
Against
petition,
constitutional body.
like an ordinary citizen.
So we want that, please don't politicize these
No,
issues.
therefore,
We
my
are
lord,
not
can
very
my
fond
lord,
of this.
my
Right.
lord, in entire, my lord, West Bengal,
continuous-
demography is changing, my
February
lord, and we are in
2026. Now please stop.
expectation.
4th February 2026. We have heard a battery of senior counsels on behalf of the state of West Bengal, its chief minister and other petitioners in the connected matters. Similarly, we have heard Naidu learned counsel for senior counsel for the Election Commission of India. And, Mr. Learned senior counsel for the on behalf of the Election Commission of India and other learned senior counsels representing the party. Mr. Tushar Mehta, learned solicitor of India, has also assisted us in the matter in the petition in bracket civil number 1216 of 2025, and he has made a pointed reference to the affidavit filed by the counter affidavit filed by the Union of India.
Two
and,
affidavits, man.
Election Commission.
Two
Counter affidavit
affidavits by the election.
by the Election Commission of India. Next paragraph. It may be noted at the outset that in the previous date of hearing, that is on 4th February 2026, Ms. Mamata Banerjee, the Chief Minister of the State of West Bengal, also appeared along with her senior counsel in a writ petition number so and so. The writ petition filed by her, mention the number of that. During the course of hearing, when an objection with regard to deployment of micro observers by the Election Commission of India was raised, it was pointed out by learned senior counsels representing the Election Commission of India that despite repeated requests, adequate manpower was not provided by the state government. Instead, on manpower of the certain categories of officials who were competent enough to discharge the quasi judicial stroke assisting duties were not deployed, were not being provided stroke deployed by the state government to the Election Commission of India for completion of the SIR process. On this, the Chief Minister of the state made a statement that she was willing to provide the adequate manpower, the government of state government officials who are competent enough to perform these duties. Next paragraph. In perfected compliance to the statement made before this court, we have been shown during the course of hearing that on February 7, 2026, the Chief Minister, the advocate of in writ petition number 129 of 2026 informed the senior counsels for the Election Commission of India on February 7, 2026 at 11:50.07 a.m. The state government is ready and willing to make available 8,505 numbers of Group B officers of the state government and or its instrumentalities for the SIR exercise in West Bengal. Next paragraph. When we inquired from Changduan Senior Counsel, the mail, the Election Commission was asked to confirm whether about the requirement was required to confirm the need of such additional Group B officers, whereupon it was it was stated, that the requisite particulars of these officers shall be shared with the Election Commission of India. Next paragraph. During the course of hearing and on being inquired, it was fairly stated on behalf of the state of West Bengal, the Chief Minister of the state, that the list containing particulars of 8,505 number of Group B officers was not sent to the Election Commission so far, as they were awaiting the consent of the Commission in terms of mail dated February 7, 2026. However, during the course of hearing, a list of 8,505 group strictly to be Group B officers working in different departments of the state government, has been handed over to Shri Naidu, along with Senior Counsel representing the Election Commission of India. That list has been also placed on record before us. Next paragraph. In order to streamline the ongoing process of SIR and also with a view to address some of the apprehensions being expressed by different stakeholders, we deem it appropriate to issue the following interim directions. 1I, the 8,505 officers whose list has been and while reiterating our directions issued on 19th January 2026, we deem it appropriate to issue the following additional directions. 1I, let the state government ensure that all the 8,505 Group B officers whose list has been handed over today in court, report for duty to the district election, to the district electoral officers, EROs, tomorrow by 5 p.m. The Election Commission of India shall have the discretion to replace the direction number 2. The Election Commission of India shall have the discretion of replacing the EROs, AEROs.
To use their services.
No. First we have the replacement of the existing EROs, AEROs, and utilize the services of the officers who have now been placed on deputation with the Election Commission of India.
If they are suitable.
If so,
Micro observers.
if the election
Not
commission
ERO,
is satisfied
micro observers.
with regard to their qualifications,
UROs are senior.
placement of ERO or AERO only.
Essentially EROs, Millets, the problem is this. In the whole list, there are no SDOs, there are no SDMs. If they're all department clerks, etc., having seniority to have the grade. Millets, we will ask them if necessary, they have to provide.
Micro observer.
Well, 8,000 is the 8,000
Five
micro
times we have
observers. They are
written.
replacing the micro observers.
Out of the, are those
Anybody is found suitable, my lords.
subject to their suitability for the quasi judicial or semi quasi judicial responsibility. 3I, all the rest of the 8 officers, stroke officials from the list of 8,505, the election commission, after brief scrutinization, after briefly scrutinizing their biodata or work experience, may shortlist them equivalent to, how many micro observer you have?
8,500.
Over 8,000.
We have got 6,500 minutes.
May shortlist these officers, stroke officials, equivalent to the strength of the micro observer already engaged. Mr. These state government officers, stroke officials may be imparted a brief training of day or so for the purpose of providing assistance to the EROs, stroke AEROs, along with micro observers who have already been engaged. Next paragraph. It is made clear that the responsibilities assigned, stroke to be assigned to the micro observers or the state government officers, stroke officials shall be only to assist the EROs, stroke AEROs in the decision-making process. In other words, and as rightly stated by Senior Counsel for the Election Commission of India, the decision will be taken by, the final decision will be taken by the EROs only, Next paragraph. Since with the engagement of new set of government officers, stroke officials, for the purpose of scrutinizing the documents which have already been submitted and where even the hearings have also taken place. Shall we go to the soon? Since the process of scrutinizing the documents submitted by the affected persons in the response to notices served on them is likely to take more time, and as suggested on behalf of some of the petitioners, we direct that at least 1 week more time beyond 14th February 2026 will be granted to the EROs, stroke AEROs for completing the scrutiny of the documents, and taking an appropriate decision. Next paragraph. As regard to so on behalf of the petitioners, a reference has been made to certain documents to suggest as if the micro observers are the final authority. This aspect has been clarified on behalf of the Election Commission of India that the micro observers as well as the government officers, stroke officials who will be taken on board for assisting the EROs from tomorrow onwards, shall only be assisting the prescribed statutory authority for the purpose of taking the final decision. Next paragraph. Mr. V.V. Gill, Senior Counsel in writ petition number so has pointed out. Mr. V. Gill and Senior Counsel in writ petition number so as well as Land Solicitor General of India has referred to the counter affidavit.
Counter affidavit, additional affidavit.
Mr. Naidu, Land Senior Counsel for the ECI, have referred to the counter affidavit filed by the Election Commission of India in that petition. it is alleged in paragraph so and so, that that despite making complaints by the authorities of the Election Commission of India, no FIRs are being registered against the persons who are suspected to be involved in burning the records of objection and or indulging in other alleged unlawful activities, alleged burning or alleged unlawful activities.
My lords, we have, I'm sorry to interrupt, my lords, we have responded in
This is
para 10
being,
to the state.
just a minute, please.
Yes.
Though this is being strongly refuted by Dr. Menka Goswami, learned senior counsel,
Yes, ma'am.
representing the state of West Bengal in that petition, we are reminded of our order dated 19th January 2026, in which a categorical direction was issued to the Director General of Police, Superintendent of Police, and the collectors, the state of West Bengal, to ensure the maintenance of law and order. We therefore showcase the Director General of Police to file his personal affidavit in response to the allegations made by the Election Commission of India in its counter affidavit in the said petition. We make it clear that in case don't say anything. We will take a final call with respect to the powers of the Election Commission of India in this regard. But before doing so, we deem it appropriate to accord an opportunity to the Director General of Police to explain on his part. Next paragraph.
This one, ma'am. Yes.
In relation to the documents,
persons to whom notices have been served shall be entitled to rely upon all or any one of the documents referred to by the Election Commission of India
in
the
SIR notice.
In the SIR notice, and all such documents shall be considered by the EROs while taking a final decision.
As well as about order dated 9 January.
We have include the documents referred to in our order dated 19th January, all the documents, including those referred to in our order dated 19th January 2026, shall be considered by the EROs while taking a final decision, while passing order in response to, while passing order on the objections received in response to the notices served.
And
May I
Lord,
only-
the
What shows that
objections
item 40
filed in Form 7, below. And the
But
objections filed in Form 7.
To that extent, they will be wrong to say admit card along with Madhabic certificate. Then only it becomes a relevant document.
May I add one thing, Madam?
Lordships are extending the time for
sir.
filing claims. Could your Lordships are extending the time for filing claims? Could your Lordship say claims stroke objections, my Lord? Because both go together.
Similarly, the ERO shall be duty bound to consider the objections, if any, received from the person as per the statutory scheme, whether or not such persons come forward for person hearing. It goes without saying that the genuineness of the documents filed along with these objections can be scrutinized, verified in the same manner as the documents to be submitted by the objectors to the submitted, to be submitted by the affected person. Affected person.
Minutes.
Anything?
Item 42 may be tagged with item 40, my lord. Item 42,
Minutes, I need to add one sentence. Minutes. Yes, yes, yes.
objection is filed as non-citizen. That cannot be gone.
No, we will not.
Minutes,
stand,
may I add one thing?
Item 42 may be tagged with item 40, my lord.
Have 1 minute.
My lord, within the.
My lord, item 42 may be tagged with item
Electors
40.
can file an objection.
May I just,
Electors means within that constituency.
Minutes, may I just say for one
Not
thing?
from the other constituency. My lord, statute makes such a provision that electors only, my lord, kindly see, my lord.
My lord, item 42,
This will be considered.
My lord, kindly hear that, my lord, objectors.
May I just have 1 minute?
Objectors only
lords
can be
have
the
indicated
electors. Electors
Top
of that
ranked police
constituency,
officer must file an
not from
affidavit.
the other constituency.
The top ranked
That
police
is under the
officer,
act itself.
Any elector.
Minutes, the top ranked police officer must file an affidavit.
Any
My
elector of
lords have
that
directed
constituency. I am
in the
saying that
context of my counter.
Words, that constituency.
Minutes,
There are also
counter
two
and
counters.
additional counter,
This is
because we have
counter
stated
filed by the
in the
state
additional
government.
counter, all the subsequent events also.
My lords,
Counter
the
and additional.
state has
counter.
also filed
This
the
is
counter.
Additional
Lords,
affidavit.
in
Additional affidavit.
40.6, my lords, the state has also
Millets.
filed a counter
The
affidavit.
second thing, Millets, there are instances that they are under deputation to me. Some erring officials were there. We have pointed out, we have taken action, we have recommended that should be implemented. That's not been implemented. They should implement whatever we
That will not be a
wanted.
landowner, that will be the state, that civil administration.
Millets,
The EROs were not to decide uninfluenced by any of these observations and
Millets, we have
directions.
asked certain officers who have acted illegally to be placed under suspension. They have simply ignored. And on the other hand, when we wanted certain officers to be on the duty, they have transferred, though they are under my deputation.
Mr. Pant, you verify this fact. with-
Yes, Millets. And the last one, Millets, and the last one. My lords have said those documents have to be verified in the manner permitted by law. Documents issued by the competent authorities.
That's right.
That's all
Yes.
we want.
That's right.
That needs to be issued by competent authority, otherwise that leads to conflict.
Obviously, otherwise somebody will. ask
Yes, my lords,
to
anybody.
write a surplus
Yes.
right, that
This is the ECI requirement.
my lord, intervention application.
I would respectfully submit the EROs to decide uninfluenced. My lord.
To place some officers to take disciplinary action or to place them under suspension. We hope that your state government remember the law on this point and you take.
Given instances,
Sir, we have already responded
Let
to
Chief Secretary also file an affidavit. File an
given
affidavit.
instances, not
We have-
very, very.
In any case, you relieve those officers from duty.
We'll do that, Millets. We'll take it to our hands and do something.
The election commission जहाँ पे है ना, shall be at liberty to replace the officers who have been found, who have been prima facie found to have erred in performing their duties.
Great.
On the intervention application.
Would your lordship observe that the EROs are to decide uninfluenced by any of these?
Said so. Yeah,
You remember that PPT, my lords, where
We have had it
PPT
twice.
is an academic
that they are
exercise,
only
training.
They will only.
Millets,
No, but this
PPT is-
Item 42 may be tagged with item 40, my lord.
It is
Identical matter.
is by ECI.
Item 42 may be tagged with.
Influence of the,
My lord,
Agree.
in item 40.2, my lord, notice may be issued on
My
the.
lord,
Item 42 may be tagged with item 40, my lord. Item 42 on same point, can tag with item 40, my lord. Item 42, I have raised a question on the other card, my lord. 42, well, can you tag with 40, my lord?
will.
My point is, my point is, some,
The speed with which all these West Bengal writ petitions are coming, I will issue the registry instruction not to entertain any.
my lord, my point is, my, Justice Bhakti said me that my point is covered. I have some other point.
Sir, can you hear me?
Item 32, my lord, can I mention something else?
State of West Bengal is itself is before us. This constitutional umbrella is before.
But this point has not been taken, my lord. This point has not, my point is very short, my lord. During submission of my claim that the electoral officers cannot, my lord, upload the other card as a single document. This is my point.
All right, thank you very much. Thank
Great,
you.
Millets.
But item 40
Can I mention, my lord, one matter? Item 32.
Item 32.
Item 32 is the matter of the hospital where we want to lay the road.
Thank God you are
approach
not
road.
All election.
Well, kindly, 42 may tag with that 40, my lord.
32, what is 32?
Lord, can it be on Monday high up on board, my lord, if your lordships can?
For the hospital.
Lord, item 28 is for settlement.
Kindly keep it higher followed on Monday.
32, Mr. Mehta, you want next Monday?
Yes, my lord, because entire hospital is ready, but we are operating only on OPD. Because ambulance approach road is not constructed.
Case
My
number
lord,
one.
item 28,
Case number one, next one.
my lord, item 28 is
Well,
settled.
kindly tag, well, kindly tag it,
All
kindly 42 tag.
show date, that show date will be running between this very week by Monday adjust kar dunga.
Lordship, please.
Kindly tag it, my lord, 42. Kindly 42, item 42 with 40, only tag it, my lord. So identical issues, my lord, there.
We have tagged, sir, we are hearing your matter also.
Kindly, within 40. I want to tag, come within 40, my lord.
I have heard you also today, please.
Yes, my lord. Kindly, 40, my lord.
Next date again, we will hear you.
My item number 48.
Item number 48, my lord.
Really?
Item number 48. We are not against.
Those who have, all right, those who have not been able to exhaust today, we will exhaust them next day.
Obliged to your lordship.
নমস্কার। লাস্ট 2 ঘন্টা ধরে 2 ঘন্টারও বেশি আজকে সুপ্রিম কোর্টে এসআইআর নিয়ে শুনানি হলো। এসআইআর নিয়ে শুনানি সুপ্রিম কোর্টে লাস্ট কয়েকদিন ধরে চলছে। ইনফ্যাক্ট 4 ফেব্রুয়ারি হয়েছে, আজকে হচ্ছে 9 ফেব্রুয়ারি, এবং আজকে আমরা যেটা দেখলাম যে কোর্ট থেকে কয়েকটা ক্ল্যারিটি ইস্যু করা হয়েছে, এবং যদিও বা 4 ফেব্রুয়ারি আমরা দেখেছি মুখ্যমন্ত্রী মমতা ব্যানার্জি নিজে গিয়ে এসআইআর এর কিছু পার্টিকুলার আসপেক্টের সম্বন্ধে অবজেকশন রেজ করে হাইলাইট করবার চেষ্টা করেছে কিভাবে সাধারণ মানুষের হেনস্থা হচ্ছে বা হেনস্থার শিকার হচ্ছে। আজকে সেই জায়গায় আমরা দেখলাম যে কোর্টে লাস্ট 2 ঘন্টারও বেশি হিয়ারিং হলো। হ্যাঁ, আজকে মুখ্যমন্ত্রী ছিলেন না, কিন্তু মুখ্যমন্ত্রীর যে পেটিশনটা, সেই পেটিশনের উপর হিয়ারিংটা সম্পূর্ণ হলো, এবং তারপর ডিরেকশন এসছে, কোর্টের একটি ইন্টারিম অর্ডার এসছে। কয়েকটা জিনিস যেগুলো বলার এবং যেটা স্পষ্ট করেছে কোর্ট, সেটা হচ্ছে সর্বপ্রথম যে কোর্ট কোনোভাবে কোনো ইম্পেডিমেন্ট ক্রিয়েট করবে না এসআইআর এক্সারসাইজে। আবারও বলছি, যেটা অনেকের ধারণা ছিল যে এসআইআর পুরোপুরি খারিজ হয়ে যেতে পারে, যে এসআইআর কে পুরোপুরি স্ট্রাইক ডাউন করে দিতে পারে, সেখানে একটা ক্ল্যারিটি অবশ্যই আছে। কোর্ট আজকে স্পষ্টভাবে, অর্থাৎ চিফ জাস্টিস অফ ইন্ডিয়ার বেঞ্চ, সূর্যকান্তের বেঞ্চ along with জাস্টিস জয়মাল্য বাগচি, এই বেঞ্চ স্পষ্ট করেছে যে দে উইল নট ক্রিয়েট এনি ইম্পেডিমেন্ট ইন দি এসআইআর এক্সারসাইজ। তো যাদের এই ধারণাটা ছিল যে এই শুনানির মধ্যে দিয়ে এসআইআর কেই হয়তো স্থগিত রাখতে পারে, এসআইআর কেই হয়তো বাতিল করতে পারে, সেরকম কোনো ইঙ্গিত কিন্তু আজকে চিফ জাস্টিস অফ ইন্ডিয়ার বেঞ্চ থেকে আসেনি। প্রচন্ড সিগনিফিকেন্ট এটা স্টেটমেন্ট যখন তিনি বলছেন যে আমরা কোনো ইম্পেডিমেন্ট, আমরা কোনো বাধা সৃষ্টি করতে চাই না। আজকে আর্গুমেন্টটা মূলত কোন কোন জায়গা থেকে এসছে? আজকে আর্গুমেন্টার কয়েকটা পার্টিকুলার আসপেক্ট আছে, এবং সেগুলো যদি হাইলাইট করতে হয় সেটাকে কয়েকটা ভাগে ডিভাইড করতে হয়। নাম্বার 1, মাইক্রো অবজারভার। মাইক্রো অবজারভারদেরকে নিয়ে একটা বিশাল অবজেকশন কিন্তু রাজ্য সরকারের থেকে দেওয়া হয়েছিল, যে মাইক্রো অবজারভাররা কারা, তাদের লোকাল স্ট্যান্ডার্ড কি, তারা কোত্থেকে উড়ে আসলেন, কেন বাংলার বাইরে লোকজন থেকে নিয়ে এসে তাদের মাইক্রো অবজারভার করা হলো। এই পয়েন্টটাই কিন্তু আগের বার 4 ফেব্রুয়ারি একটা গুরুত্বপূর্ণ স্ট্রেস পয়েন্ট করেছিলেন মমতা ব্যানার্জি মুখ্যমন্ত্রী, এবং তারপর ইলেকশন কমিশনের তরফ থেকে অভিযোগ করা হয় যে দেখুন, আমরা কিন্তু চেয়েছি, আমরা অফিসার চেয়েছি, আর আমাদেরকে মাত্র 80টা অফিসার দেওয়া হয়েছে। তখন মুখ্যমন্ত্রীর তরফ থেকে বলা হয় যে আমরা দাঁড়িয়ে রয়েছে কোঅপারেট করবার জন্য, কিন্তু আমাদের যা ক্ষমতা, সেই ক্ষমতার ভিত্তিতে আমরা কোঅপারেট করতে পারি, আমরা তার বাইরে যেতে পারি না। তো সেই জায়গায় আজকে কোর্টে একটা স্পষ্ট জিনিস এসছে কি, যে ইলেকশন কমিশনকে রাজ্য সরকারের থেকে 8505টি মানুষের, অর্থাৎ অফিসিয়ালের নাম প্রপোজ করা হয়েছে। এরা কারা? এরা হচ্ছে গ্রুপ বি অফিসার। কেন এটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট জানা? তারা গ্রুপ বি না গ্রুপ এ না গ্রুপ সি না গ্রুপ ডি না অন্য কোনো সরকারি কর্মচারী, কারণ ইলেকশন কমিশন আগের দিন বলেছিলেন যে তাদের এই কাজের জন্য যেটা প্রয়োজন, যে ধরনের এক্সপার্টিজ প্রয়োজন, সেটা আপনি কোনো ক্লার্কের থেকে আশা করতে পারেন না। সবই কাজ ইম্পর্টেন্ট, কিন্তু যে এক্সপার্টিজ প্রয়োজন, কারোর কম্পিউটার জানার প্রয়োজনীয়তা আছে, কারোর ওয়েবসাইট হ্যান্ডেল করার প্রয়োজনীয়তা আছে, তো যাদের এরকম ধরনের নলেজ আছে তাদেরকে আমরা নিযুক্ত করতে পারি, এবং সেই রিকোয়ারমেন্ট অনুযায়ী রাজ্য সরকারের থেকে একটা একটা নাম চাওয়া হয়েছিল, লোক চাওয়া হয়েছিল, এবং রাজ্য সরকার 80 জন দিয়েছিলেন। সেটা যথাযথ নয়, যথেষ্ট নয়, তাই বাইরে থেকে তাদেরকে লোক আনতে হয়েছে। রাজ্য সরকার এখন কি করেছেন, 8505টি নাম রেকমেন্ড করেছেন, তারা সবাই গ্রুপ বি অফিসার। এবার ইলেকশন কমিশন বলছেন যে এই আগে যাদেরকে দেওয়া হয়েছে, ইআরও করা হয়েছে, তাদেরকেও রাজ্য সরকার বলেছিল তারা সবাই গ্রুপ এ অফিসার, কিন্তু তারা সবাই গ্রুপ এ অফিসার নয়। তখন চিফ জাস্টিস অফ ইন্ডিয়া আজকে প্রশ্ন করলেন প্রিন্সিপাল সেক্রেটারিকে, মনোজ পান্ত। প্রিন্সিপাল সেক্রেটারি মনোজ পান্ত সদ্য প্রিন্সিপাল সেক্রেটারি হয়েছেন, আগে উনি চিফ সেক্রেটারি ছিলেন। আজকে উনি রাজ্য সরকারের হয়ে ওখানে উপস্থিত ছিলেন। ওনাকে জিজ্ঞেস করলেন যে আপনি আমাকে ব্রেকডাউন দিয়ে বলুন যে ইআরওর পদে যেখানে শুধু গ্রুপ এ অফিসার দরকার, সেখানে কতজন এসডিএম আছে এবং বাকিদের ব্রেকআপটা কি। সেখানে রাজ্য সরকার বলে যে আমরা 65%-এরও বেশি গ্রুপ এ অফিসারের যে রিকোয়ারমেন্ট তার জন্য এসডিএম দিয়েছি, তারপর 10% শুধু আছে যারা অন্যান্য ফিল্ড থেকে এসছেন, বাট ইকুইভ্যালেন্ট টু এসডিএম। এই একটা ক্ল্যারিটি আসলো। এইখানে রাজ্য সরকারকে অনেকগুলো প্রশ্ন করলেন কে, চিফ জাস্টিস অফ ইন্ডিয়া, যে আপনারা এই মানুষজনের নামগুলো যে এখন দিচ্ছেন, এরা কোথায় কাজ করে, এরা কি কাজ করে, এদের কোথায় কোথায় লোকেশন, এইসব ডিটেলস আপনারা দিয়েছেন? বললে হ্যাঁ আমরা দিয়েছি। তখন ইলেকশন কমিশন বললেন আমাদেরকে এখনো নাম দেওয়া হয়নি। তখন চিফ জাস্টিস অফ ইন্ডিয়া বিরক্ত প্রকাশ করে বললেন যে নামগুলো না দিলে এগোবে কি করে, আপনাদের এই ডিলি ডালিতে তো এগোতে পারে না। তখন রাজ্য সরকারের থেকে বলা হয় যে হ্যাঁ আমরা সমস্ত ডিটেলস দিয়ে দিয়েছি, তাদেরকে এই জায়গায় গিয়ে ওটা দেখতে হবে। ফাইনালি ওই পার্টিকুলার কনফিউশনটা সর্ট আউট হলো। তাই এখন অন রেকর্ড কি আছে? অন রেকর্ড আছে যে রাজ্য সরকারের থেকে 8505 জনের নাম রেকমেন্ড করা হয়েছে ইলেকশন কমিশনকে কোর্টের ইনস্ট্রাকশনে, যারা গ্রুপ বি অফিসার। উদ্দেশ্য কি? এই 8505 জন মাইক্রো অবজারভারদেরকে রিপ্লেস করবে, রাইট? এবার আসছে ইলেকশন কমিশনের অবজেকশন। ইলেকশন কমিশন বলছেন যে আমাদের যে মাইক্রো অবজারভাররা কাজ করছে, তারা মাইক্রো অবজারভার হয়ে কাজ করছে কারণ তাদেরকে 10 দিনের ট্রেনিং দেওয়া হয়েছে। এই যে মানুষগুলোকে এখন দেওয়া হচ্ছে আর কোর্ট বলছে এদের তুমি সার্ভিস নাও, এদের সার্ভিস নেওয়ার জন্য আমাদের এদেরকে ট্রেনিং দিতে হবে, রাইট? ওনারা বলছেন যে এই 8505 জনের মধ্যে কতজনের এই এক্সপার্টিজ আছে, নলেজ আছে যে এরকম কাজ করার, সেটাও আমাদের বুঝতে হবে। তখন কোর্ট কি বললেন? কোর্ট বললেন ঠিক আছে তোমরা দুজনে থামো, রাজ্য সরকারও থামো, ইলেকশন কমিশনও থামো। কোর্ট হাইলাইট করলো যে কেন মাইক্রো অবজারভারদের জায়গাটাকে চ্যালেঞ্জ করা হয়েছে প্রথম অ্যাট দি ফার্স্ট প্লেস। কারণ যেহেতু মাইক্রো অবজারভাররা বেশিরভাগ বাইরে থেকে এসছেন, তাই তারা বাংলার ভাষা, বাংলার কালচার, বাংলার মানুষের স্বভাব, বাংলার একটা কালচারাল ডিফারেন্স থাকবে। যেমন DUTTA or DATTA, এটার মধ্যে তফাৎ একটা বাঙালি যত ভালো বুঝবে যে তফাৎ নেই, একদমই হয়তো নাও হতে পারে, একজন অবাঙালি যিনি বাইরে থেকে এসছেন তার জন্য এটা বোঝা একটু ডিফিকাল্ট। ফর এক্সাম্পল, কারোর বাবার নাম হচ্ছে ধরুন স্বপন কুমার সাহা, ছেলের নাম হচ্ছে ধরুন রাজেশ সাহা। এবার রাজেশ তার বাবার কুমারটাকে ইউজ করে না, স্বপন কুমার সাহা আজীবনকাল স্বপন কুমার সাহা বলে নিজের পরিচয় দিয়েছেন, রাইট? কুমার তার মিডল নেম। কিন্তু ছেলে যখন নিজের নাম লিখলেন বা ছেলের জন্য যখন পরিবার নাম লিখলো, তখন তার নাম করে দিল রাজেশ সাহা, কুমারটাকে সরিয়ে দিল। এবার এই কুমারের অভাবে ছেলে আর বাবার পরিচয়ের মধ্যে ডিসক্রিপেন্সি ক্রিয়েট হোক, সেটা নিয়ে কোর্টের একটা স্ট্রং অবজেকশন আছে এবং অবজারভেশন আছে। যে ছোট ছোট জিনিসগুলো, চক্রবর্তী চ্যাটার্জি, চ্যাটার্জি চট্টোপাধ্যায়, বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায় ব্যানার্জি, এই মনে করুন মিডল নেম চলে যাওয়া, বা কারোর 6 জন ভাই বোন আছে তাদেরকে এরকম করে লিস্ট ধরানো, এটা নিয়ে কোর্টের একটা বড় অবজেকশন আজকে এসছে যে এটাকে কেন হচ্ছে। এবং জাস্টিস জয়মাল্য বাগচি বারবার করে মনে করালেন যে দেখো বাবু, তুমি 58 লক্ষ নাম প্রথমে বাদ দিয়েছো ড্রাফট লিস্ট থেকে, কারণ তারা আনম্যাপড। তারপর তুমি 1,66,00,000 না 1,34,00,000 এই মানুষকে যে তুমি কাগজ ধরিয়েছো, তাদের কিন্তু অলরেডি ম্যাপিং হয়ে গেছে। তারপরও তুমি লজিক্যাল ডিসক্রিপেন্সির নামে তাদেরকে কাগজ ধরাচ্ছ। তাহলে তার মানে তুমি যে প্রথম দফায় যে ম্যাপিংটা করেছো, সে ম্যাপিং এর পদ্ধতির মধ্যে কিছু গলদ আছে। তোমার ম্যাপিং এর পদ্ধতির ওই সফটওয়্যারের অ্যানালিসিসে কোনো গলদ আছে। তাই মূল বক্তব্য আজকে যে জায়গায় দাঁড়ালো যে তুমি মাইক্রো অবজারভার এনেছো, তোমার মাইক্রো অবজারভারদেরকে পছন্দ নয় রাজ্য সরকারের, কারণ তারা বাইরে থেকে এসছে, এবং তাই কোর্ট এখন বলছে যে রাজ্য সরকার যে 8,505 জনের নাম রেকমেন্ড করছে, তুমি তাদেরকে নাও। তাহলে অর্ডারটা কি? অর্ডারটা হচ্ছে মোস্ট ইম্পর্টেন্ট। অনেক কিছু আলোচনা হয়েছে, অর্ডারটা হচ্ছে মোস্ট ইম্পর্টেন্ট। যে মাইক্রো অবজারভার যারা আছে তারা এখন অব্দি আছে, রাইট? এবার রাজ্য সরকারের থেকে যে নাম রেকমেন্ড করা হচ্ছে, তাদেরকে আগামীকাল 5টার মধ্যে ডিস্ট্রিক্ট ইলেকটোরাল অফিসার অর্থাৎ ডিইও ইকুইভ্যালেন্ট টু ইআরও, এসআইআর এর সময় ইআরও হচ্ছে হেড, ইআরওর কাছে নিজেদেরকে রিপোর্ট করতে হবে। তাহলে এই যে গ্রুপ বি বা যেই অফিসারদের নাম দেওয়া হয়েছে, সেই অফিসারদেরকে রিপোর্ট করতে হবে কার কাছে? ইআরও বা ডিইওর কাছে কালকের মধ্যে। সুপ্রিম কোর্ট কিন্তু একবারও বললেন না মাইক্রো অবজারভাররা বাতিল। সুপ্রিম কোর্ট একবারও বললেন না যে মাইক্রো অবজারভাররা বাদ। মাইক্রো অবজারভাররা থাকছে, তার সাথে এবার রাজ্য সরকারের যে রেকমেন্ডেশন গুলো রয়েছে তারাও থাকবে। কোর্ট কিছুতেই ইলেকশন কমিশনের এই পার্টিকুলার আসপেক্টকে মান্যতা দিল না যে তাদেরকে ট্রেনিং ছাড়া কাজে লাগানো যেতে পারে না। কোর্ট বরঞ্চ বলল যে তুমি তো বাইরের থেকে লোক নিয়ে এসছো, তাই তাদেরকে 10 দিনের ট্রেনিং দিতে হচ্ছে। যেহেতু এরা বাংলার মানুষ, তাই বাংলার কৃষ্টি সংস্কৃতির সঙ্গে বা ভাষার সঙ্গে আরো ভালোভাবে তারা অবগত, তাই তাদের ট্রেনিং দেওয়ার খুব একটা প্রয়োজনীয়তা হবে না। হয়তো 1-1.5 দিনেই আপনি ট্রেনিং দিয়ে শেষ করে দিতে পারবেন। তাই তাদেরকে কাজে নিতে কোনো অসুবিধা হওয়া উচিত নয়। তার মানে কি, ইলেকশন কমিশন বলেছিল যে আমি মাইক্রো অবজারভার দিয়ে কাজ চালিয়ে নেব, রাজ্য সরকারের তাতে অবজেকশন ছিল, তাই রাজ্য সরকারের অবজেকশনও মান্যতা পেল, আবার ইলেকশন কমিশনের যে মাইক্রো অবজারভাররা কাজ করছে তাদেরকে আবার ঝেঁটিয়ে সরিয়ে দিল না। তার মানে এবার দুজনেই কাজ করবে। এবার আপনি বলবেন অধিক সন্ন্যাসীতে গাজন নষ্ট, সেটা হয় কি হয় না আমাদের দেখতে হবে। আপাতত কোর্টের থেকে আরেকটা জিনিস স্পষ্টভাবে বলা হয়েছে, কারণ কোর্টের কাছে ইলেকশন কমিশন সেটা স্পষ্টভাবে স্বীকার করেছে। রাজ্য সরকারের থেকে অবজেকশন করা হয়েছিল যে এই মাইক্রো অবজারভাররা যারা কাজ করছে তারা নিজেদেরকে সুপার পাওয়ার মনে করছে। মনে করুন এই অফিসে আমি কিছু ডিসিশন নিই, রাইট? এবার আমার উপরে এই মুহূর্তে কেউ নেই। লাস্ট ডিসিশন যদি আমার হওয়া উচিত, আর লাস্ট ডিসিশন যদি আমি না নিই আর অন্য কেউ নেয়, তাহলে কি অবজেকশন ক্রিয়েট করতে পারে? এক্স্যাক্টলি সেটাই রাজ্য সরকার বলছে যে ইলেকশন কমিশনের এসআইআর এর নিজস্ব যে ডেফিনেশন, সেখানে ইআরও তিনি হচ্ছেন ফাইনাল অথরিটি। কেন ফাইনাল অথরিটি? মনে করুন আপনার নামে লজিক্যাল ডিসক্রিপেন্সি এসছে, আপনি কাগজের পর কাগজ দিলেন, দেওয়ার পর বললেন যে এই আমার প্রবলেম। এবার ইআরও ফাইনালি ডিসাইড করবে যে আপনি যেটা বলছেন সেটা ঠিক না ইলেকশন কমিশনের পাওয়া লজিক্যাল ডিসক্রিপেন্সিটা ঠিক। অর্থাৎ এই ডিসপিউটটা সলভ করবার ফাইনাল ডিসিশন মেকিং বডি হচ্ছে ইআরও। যেমন কোর্টে একজন জাজ থাকে, ঠিক তেমনি এখানে জাজ হচ্ছেন ইআরও। রাজ্য সরকার থেকে অবজেকশন করা হয়েছিল যে ইআরও নিজের কাজ করতে পারছে না, কারণ মাইক্রো অবজারভাররা কোয়াসি জুডিশিয়ারির মতো নিজেরাই বলে দিচ্ছে, নিজেরাই ইআরওর কাজ করে দিচ্ছে, কাউকে বাদ দিয়ে দিচ্ছে, কাউকে অ্যাড করে দিচ্ছে। যখন এই পয়েন্টটা বারংবার হাইলাইটেড হলো, তখন ইলেকশন কমিশন এটা মানতে বাধ্য হলো কোর্টের সামনে যে মাইক্রো অবজারভারের কাজ লিমিটেড। কি? সেটা হচ্ছে অ্যাসিস্ট করা, সেটা হচ্ছে সিম্পলি অ্যাসিস্ট করা। মনে করুন আমাদের অফিসে কোনো একজন নতুন জন এসছেন, ঠিক আছে, বাইরে থেকে এসছেন, আমাদের কাজ উনি এখনো জানে না, কিন্তু আমরা কম্পিউটারের কাজ করছি, হট করে আমার একটা ফাইল প্রয়োজন হলো, সে ফাইলটা ওখান থেকে আমাকে এনে দিল। ক্লার্কের কাজ বলছি না বা হাউস বয়ের কাজ বলছি না, কিন্তু মনে করুন আমাকে ফাইলটা এনে দিল, নিয়ে ফাইলটা পাওয়ার পর, হ্যাঁ রে তুই ফাইলটা থেকে প্রথম লাইনের গুলো পড়, আমি মিলিয়ে দেখি। উনি লাইনটা পড়লেন, আমি মিলিয়ে দেখলাম, তার মানে কি তার অ্যাসিস্ট্যান্স আমি পেলাম। এক্স্যাক্টলি তাই মাইক্রো অবজারভারের কাজ হচ্ছে, যখন ইলেকশন কমিশনের কাছে কাগজপত্রগুলো পড়ছে, একজন মানুষকে নিজের আধার কার্ড বা এই কার্ড বা হ্যানা কার্ড ত্যানা কার্ড দিয়ে দিল, তখন সেটাকে মিলিয়ে দেখা। অর্থাৎ ইআরও তাকে অ্যাসিস্ট করবার জন্য মাইক্রো অবজারভারদেরকে আনা হয়েছে, এটা ইলেকশন কমিশন মানতে বাধ্য হলো। সেটাকেই মান্যতা দিয়ে কোর্ট আজকে বললেন যে যদি মাইক্রো অবজারভারের কাজ অ্যাসিস্ট্যান্সই দেওয়া হয়, তাহলে যত বেশি অ্যাসিস্ট্যান্স তত ভালো। তাহলে তোমার মাইক্রো অবজারভার তুমি কাজ করছে, করুক, তার সাথে সাথে স্টেট গভর্নমেন্টের দেওয়া ৮৫০৫ কে তুমি তাদেরকে কাজে লাগাও, রাইট? তার মানে মাইক্রো অবজারভার কি কাজ করছে, যারা বাইরে থেকে এসে, ভালো করে বুঝুন, তাদের উপর বা তাদের সঙ্গে এবার রাজ্য সরকারের ৮৫০৫ জনকে কাজে লাগাতে পারে ইলেকশন কমিশন। তার মানে তারা সঙ্গে কাজ করবে। তাই যদি কোনো একজন মাইক্রো অবজারভার একটা দুষ্টু ছেলে হয়, তাহলে তার দুষ্টুমিকে ধরবার জন্য তার সহকর্মী ধরে দেবে, যিনি রাজ্য সরকারের কর্মচারী, ৮৫০৫-এর মধ্যে একজন। হিসাবটা ক্লিয়ার? মাইক্রো অবজারভারের কাজে থাকছে, তাকে অ্যাসিস্ট করবার, তার সঙ্গে কাজ করবার জন্য রাজ্য সরকারের লিস্টটাও গেল। তাই কেউ যদি কোনো জায়গায় কিছু বদমাইশি করে, সেটা ইআরও অবধি পৌঁছাবার আগেই তার সহকর্মী, যেটাই নতুন লিস্ট থেকে হয়তো জুড়বে, তারাই ধরে নিতে পারবে। তাই রাজ্য সরকারের যে সন্দেহটা ছিল, হয়তো সেটা অনেকটা নিবারণ হতে পারে। ইলেকশন কমিশনের যেই জায়গাটা ছিল যে আমরা কোঅপারেশন পাচ্ছি না, সেটাকেও কিন্তু উড়িয়ে দেয়নি সুপ্রিম কোর্ট। যখন বলছে যে সহযোগিতা পাইনি, সেখানে কিন্তু কোর্টকেও, রাজ্য সরকারকেও রিমাইন্ড করা হলো যে তোমার কিন্তু নিজের দায়িত্ব তোমার মনে রাখা উচিত, দায়িত্ব মনে রাখা তোমার উচিত। আর যেটা আবারও বলছি, সুপ্রিম কোর্ট স্পষ্টভাবে বলেছে যে এসআইআর এর কাজে কোনো বাধা সৃষ্টি করবে না সুপ্রিম কোর্ট। তাই কেউ যদি বলে, ইলেকশন কমিশন বলতে পারবে না যে এখানে তাদের জয় হলো, রাজ্য সরকারও বলতে পারবে না যে শুধু তাদের জয় হলো, আবার দুই পক্ষই বলতে পারবে না যে তাদের হার হলো, কারণ তারা যেটা চাইছিলেন সেই জায়গায় কিন্তু ডিরেকশন দেখিয়েছে সুপ্রিম কোর্ট। আরেকটা জিনিস, বারংবার দুই পক্ষ থেকে বলা হচ্ছিল কোর্ট আপনি এই ডিরেকশনটা দিন, এই ডিরেকশনটা দিন। কোর্ট কিন্তু স্পষ্টভাবে বলল আমি কোনো ডিরেকশন দেব না, এসআইআর এর কাজে কোনো বাধা সৃষ্টি হোক আজ ভবিষ্যতে, সেটা যেন না হয়। তাই মুট পয়েন্ট, ৮৫০৫ জনের নাম যেটা দেওয়া হলো, তাদের কালকে কাজে জয়েন করতে হবে ৫টার মধ্যে। তারপর ইলেকশন কমিশন যদি সেই লিস্ট থেকে মনে করেন কেউ এত কোয়ালিফাইড আছে যে নাকি ইআরও কে রিপ্লেস করতে পারে, টপ বসকে রিপ্লেস করতে পারে, সেই ডিসিশনটাও ইলেকশন কমিশন নিতে পারে। কিন্তু এই রিপ্লেসমেন্ট জিনিসটা হয়ে যাওয়ার পর যারা পড়ে থাকবেন, তাদেরকে কাজে লাগাবার রেকমেন্ডেশন কিন্তু সুপ্রিম কোর্ট করলেন। ইলেকশন কমিশনের বক্তব্য ছিল যে ইআরও গুলোকে দেওয়া হয়েছে তাদের মধ্যে সবাই হয়তো অতটা কোয়ালিফাইড নয়, এবং তাই সেই জায়গায় একটা অ্যাসপারশন কাস্ট করা হয়। তাই সেই জায়গায় তারা বলেন যে আমাকে যখন তুমি এখন গ্রুপ বির নামগুলো দিচ্ছ, আমাকে এবার সেগুলোকে ছানিয়ে দেখতে দাও, আমার যদি মনে হয় কেউ ওয়েল কোয়ালিফাইড আছে যে উপরকে রিপ্লেস করতে পারে, আমরা সেটা করব। কোর্ট সেটাকে মান্যতা দিয়েছে। কারণ যদি গ্রুপ এর অফিসার উপরে থাকবার কথা, সেই জায়গায় যদি গ্রুপ এ না থেকে কোনো গ্রুপ বির অফিসার থাকে আর র্যাঙ্কিং ওয়াইজে যে এখন নতুন ভাবে যাচ্ছে তার থেকে নিচে হয়, তখন এটি ইগো ক্ল্যাশ হতে পারে। কে কাকে মানবে, কে কার বস, কাকে মানবো, তুমি আমায় ডিরেকশন দিও না, তুমি আমায় ইনস্ট্রাকশন দিও না, যেমনটি হয়ে থাকে। তাই সেই জায়গাটাকে কনফিউশনটাকে ক্লিয়ার রাখবার জন্য এই অনুমতিটাও ইলেকশন কমিশনকে দিয়েছে যে এই ৮৫০৫-এর মধ্যে যদি তোমার মনে হয় কেউ ওয়েল কোয়ালিফাইড ইআরও কে বা এইআরও কে রিপ্লেস করতে পারে, তুমি এখন সেটা করে নাও। কিন্তু যারা বেঁচে থাকবেন, যারা পড়ে থাকবেন, তাদেরকে মাইক্রো অবজারভারের সঙ্গে কাজে লাগাও, অর্থাৎ মাইক্রো অবজারভারের ভূমিকায় কাজে লাগাও। কারণ এইআরও আর ইআরওর সংখ্যা নিশ্চয়ই ৫,০০০ নয়, ইআরও আর এইআরওর সংখ্যা নিশ্চয়ই ৮,০০০ নয়, এখানে ৮,০০০ নাম দেওয়া হয়েছে। অনেকে বলছিলেন একটা নতুন পিটিশন ফাইল করা হয়েছে যে সুপ্রিম কোর্টে যে মমতা ব্যানার্জি কেন মুখ্যমন্ত্রী হয়ে ওখানে বলতে গেলেন, এটা ঠিক প্রেসিডেন্ট নয়। ওই পিটিশনটা আবার ফাইল করেছেন কোনো একজন ধর্মীয় সংস্থা থেকে, পিটিশনটা কোনো মান্যতাই দেয়নি কোর্ট, ওইটাকে কোনো মান্যতা দেয়নি যে কেন মুখ্যমন্ত্রী ওখানে গেলেন বললেন। আরেকটা জিনিস খুব ইম্পর্টেন্ট, আগের দিন মুখ্যমন্ত্রী ওখানে বলার পর বিজেপির তরফ থেকে বারবার করে বলা হচ্ছিল যে মমতা ব্যানার্জির কোনো পয়েন্টকেই কিন্তু অবজারভেশনে রাখা হয়নি, সেগুলোকে ডকুমেন্ট করা হয়নি। অর্থাৎ উনি গেছেন, ওখানে গিয়ে উনি রাজনৈতিক একটা ওখানে গেছেন এবং ওখানে রাজনৈতিক একটু কথাবার্তা বলেছেন, সেটা আওয়াজ সৃষ্টি করেছে, কিন্তু সেটা কোর্টের লিগ্যাল জায়গায় কোনো স্ট্যান্ডিং নেই। আজকে কিন্তু সুপ্রিম কোর্ট এটা স্পষ্ট করে বললেন, চিফ জাস্টিস অফ ইন্ডিয়া যখন অর্ডার দিচ্ছিলেন তখন বললেন যে 4th ফেব্রুয়ারি মমতা ব্যানার্জি এসে কি কি অবজেকশন দিয়েছেন, অর্থাৎ ওটা কোর্টের কিন্তু ডকুমেন্টেড আছে। তাই এটা আনডকুমেন্টেড অ্যাফেয়ার এটা নয়, ওটা ডকুমেন্টেড আছে। আর ফাইনালি হ্যাঁ বলছে, since process of scrutinizing documents submitted by affected persons in response to notices is likely to take more time, and as suggested on behalf of some of the petitioners, we direct that at least 1 week more time beyond 14th of February be granted to EROs for completing scrutiny of documents and taking appropriate decision. 14th February ভ্যালেন্টাইন্স ডেতে এই লিস্টটা বেরোবার কথা ছিল, ফাইনাল লিস্টটা। আজকে এই অবজেকশনটা বারংবার করা হলো যে আজকে আমরা দাঁড়িয়ে রয়েছি 9 তারিখে, 14 তারিখ হচ্ছে আসছে শনিবার, এখনো হিয়ারিং চলছে, এখনো অবজেকশন স্ক্রুটিনি এইসব কাজ চলছে, নতুন করে 8,000 লোক গিয়ে আরো স্ক্রুটিনি করবে, রাইট? তাই এই প্রসেসটা টাইম কনজিউমিং প্রসেস। তাহলে 14 তারিখ কি করে লিস্টটা বেরোতে পারে, আর বেরোলে সেটা কতটা ফলপ্রসূ হবে? তো সেই জায়গায় আজকে কোর্ট এটা বলেছে যে আরো 1 সপ্তাহ এটাকে তুমি টাইম বাড়াও, অর্থাৎ 14 ফেব্রুয়ারি থেকে আরো 1 সপ্তাহ মানে হচ্ছে 21শে ফেব্রুয়ারি। তাই একটা জিনিস স্পষ্ট, বলতে দ্বিধা নেই, যদি 21শে ফেব্রুয়ারির পর বা 21শে ফেব্রুয়ারিতে প্রথম লিস্ট বেরোয়, ফাইনাল লিস্ট, তাহলে হয়তো কোনোভাবেই ইলেকশন লাস্ট উইক অফ ফেব্রুয়ারির আগে অ্যানাউন্স হতে পারে না, কিংবা ফার্স্ট উইক অফ মার্চের আগে হয়তো অ্যানাউন্স হবে না। ইলেকশন অ্যানাউন্স হওয়ার পর যদি 1 মাসের মডেল কোড অফ কন্ডাক্ট হয়, তার মানে এপ্রিলের প্রথম উইকের আগে কোনোভাবেই বাংলার ইলেকশন হচ্ছে না। এবার নিশ্চয়ই আপনাদের মনের মধ্যে প্রশ্ন জাগছে যে কটা দফায় হবে, আমি জানি না, ভবিষ্যৎবাণী করবার জায়গায় নেই, কিন্তু প্লেন অ্যারিথমেটিক বলছে যেইভাবে এখন এগোচ্ছে হয়তো মাল্টিপল ফেজেসে করবার জন্য ইলেকশনকে মার্চের লাস্ট উইকে শুরু করা প্রয়োজন। পরীক্ষাও রয়েছে ছাত্রছাত্রীদের, তারপর যদি লাস্ট উইক অফ মার্চের মধ্যে প্রথম ফেজের ইলেকশন শুরু না হয়, তাহলে হয়তো মনে হবে যে মাল্টিপল, মানে আগের বার যেমন 8টা ফেজ হয়েছিল ওরকম হয়তো নাও হতে পারে। ইট ইজ পিওর অ্যারিথমেটিক, গোয়িং বাই এক্সপিরিয়েন্স, কেউ ভবিষ্যৎবাণী করতে পারে না। ফাইনালি, on behalf of petitioners, reference has been made to the role of micro observers. ECI has clarified that micro observers or state government official shall only be assisting prescribed statutory authority in taking final decision. এটা হচ্ছে আজকের হিয়ারিং এর সারাংশ। তাই যদি মোট কথা বলতে হয়, আমি বলতে পারবো না যে ইলেকশন কমিশন হেরেছে, রাজ্য সরকার জিতেছে। আমি বলতে পারবো না রাজ্য সরকার হেরেছে, ইলেকশন কমিশন জিতেছে। আমি এটাও বলতে পারবো না যে দুজনেই হেরেছে। অর্থাৎ অত্যন্ত একটি ব্যালেন্সড অর্ডার, যেখানে একটা জিনিস স্পষ্ট যে এই ভোটার লিস্ট রিভিশনের কাজে সুপ্রিম কোর্ট কোনোভাবে বাধা হতে চায় না, সেটা স্পষ্ট করে দিয়েছে। কিন্তু অ্যাট দি সেম টাইম কোনো জেনুইন ভোটারের হ্যারাসমেন্ট হোক সেটাও যেন না হয়। তাই ডকুমেন্টস ইনক্লুড করা ফর এক্সাম্পল, আচ্ছা আধার কার্ড যেমন আগেও বলেছে যে আধার কার্ড ইনক্লুড করতে হবে, অ্যাডমিট কার্ড আমি আমার সহকর্মীকে জিজ্ঞেস করছি, বিকজ এত কিছু মাথায় রাখা ডিফিকাল্ট হয়। তিতাস আমরা সবাই এটা শুনছিলাম। তো বেসিক্যালি অ্যাডমিট কার্ড, যেটা নিয়ে একটা বিশাল কনফিউশন ছিল যে অ্যাডমিট কার্ডকে কেন নেওয়া হচ্ছে না বা নেওয়া উচিত কিনা, কারণ তাতে ডেট অফ বার্থ লেখা থাকে। সেটাও কোর্ট বলেছে যে যেই ডকুমেন্টস গুলো আগে বলা হয়েছে সেই ডকুমেন্টস গুলোকে অ্যাকসেপ্ট করো। কারণ আজকে অবজেকশন দেওয়া হয়েছে যে যেখানে একটা ডকুমেন্ট দিলে কাজ হয়ে যায় সেখানে 10টা ডকুমেন্ট চাওয়া হচ্ছে, সেখানে 4টে ডকুমেন্ট চাওয়া হচ্ছে, তাতে মানুষের পরেশানি আরো বাড়ছে। তাই লং স্টোরি কাট শর্ট, 14 তারিখে ফাইনাল লিস্ট বেরোচ্ছে না। লং স্টোরি কাট শর্ট, রাজ্য সরকারের রেকমেন্ডেড 8,505 সরকারি অফিসিয়াল, তাদেরকে কাজে লাগাতে হবে ইলেকশন কমিশনকে। লং স্টোরি কাট শর্ট, মাইক্রো অবজারভার যাদেরকে বাইরে থেকে নিয়ে এসছেন তাদেরকে এক্ষুনি বিদায় করছে না বা করবার প্রয়োজনীয়তা নেই। এবং লং স্টোরি কাট শর্ট, ফাইনাল অথরিটি কিন্তু ইআরওই ফাইনাল ডিসিশনটা নেবে, অন্য কেউ নয়। এবং এসআইআর এর প্রসেস সম্পূর্ণ হবে এমনটাই আশা রেখেছে সবার সহযোগিতা নিয়ে। আরেকটা জিনিস বলা হয়েছিল যে অনেক জায়গায় রেজিস্ট্যান্স দেখা গেছে, ঝামেলা হচ্ছে, ফর্ম জ্বালানো হয়ে গেছে, রাইট? এটা নিয়ে কল্যাণ ব্যানার্জি উনি বললেন যে দেখুন যে কেউ অবজেকশন দিয়ে দিচ্ছে, অ্যানোনিমাস অবজেকশন। আমাকে চেনে না, হঠাৎ করে আমি এক গাদা ফাইল নিয়ে আমি অবজেকশন ক্রিয়েট করলাম এবং অবজেকশনটা ক্রিয়েট করে আমি ফর্ম জমা দিয়ে দিলাম। ফর্ম 7 এর, ফর্ম 7 ইজ ফর ডিলিশন, ফর্ম 6 ইজ ফর নতুন ভোটার কে নথিভুক্ত করা, আপলোড করা। ফর্ম 7 হচ্ছে যদি আমার মনে হয় পাশের বাড়িতে যিনি থাকতেন দাদু, উনি আর এই পৃথিবীতে নেই, কিন্তু ওনার পরিবারের কেউ এখন নেই, তাই ইলেকশন কমিশনকে জানাবার জন্য তার ভোটার কার্ডের নাম্বারটা যদি আমার কাছে থাকে সেটা আমি ফর্ম 7 এ ভরে জমা দিলাম ইলেকশন কমিশনের কাছে ফর ডিলিশন। কল্যাণ ব্যানার্জি বলছেন, অ্যাডভোকেট কল্যাণ ব্যানার্জি, যে এক একজন মানুষ হাজার হাজার করে ফর্ম 7 নিয়ে গেছে জমা দেওয়ার জন্য এবং সেখানে একটা সন্দেহভাজনের প্রবণতা রয়েছে, কারণ কি উদ্দেশ্য নিয়ে সেটা স্পষ্ট নয়। তাই বারবার করে উনি বললেন যে যেই বা যারা এরকম ফর্ম 7 জমা দিচ্ছে কাউকে ডিলিট করবার জন্য অ্যাটলিস্ট হিয়ারিং এর সময় তো তার থাকা উচিত। কোন রামশ্যাম যদুমধু এসে আমার নামে বলে দেবে তমাল শাহ মারা গেছে, এবার তমাল শাহকে চারিদিক ঘুরে বেড়াতে হবে নিজের কাগজপত্র নিয়ে প্রমাণ দেওয়ার জন্য যে আমি বেঁচে আছি, এতে মানুষের আরো হয়রানি হয়। তাই কে এই জিনিসটা করছে তার পরিচয়টা সামনে হওয়া উচিত। সেই জায়গায় কোর্টের কোনো স্পষ্ট ইনস্ট্রাকশন, ডিরেকশন, অবজারভেশন আসেনি, কিন্তু কোর্ট এটা বলেছেন যে এই ফর্ম 7 জ্বালিয়ে দেওয়া বা কোনো ল অ্যান্ড অর্ডার সিচুয়েশন হওয়া সেটা কোনোভাবেই কাম্য নয় এবং তার জন্য রাজ্য সরকারের যত অফিসাররা আছেন, অর্থাৎ এসপি হোক মানে পুলিশ অফিসার, তাদের গুরু দায়িত্ব ল অ্যান্ড অর্ডার মেনটেন রাখা, তারা যেন সেই কাজটি করে। মনে রাখবেন আগের অর্ডারে কিন্তু এটা স্পষ্ট করে বলা হয়েছিল যে ল অ্যান্ড অর্ডার মেনটেন করবার দায়িত্ব হচ্ছে ডিজিপির এবং সেখানে যেন কোনো প্রবলেম না হয়। আর আজকে এই পয়েন্টটা হাইলাইট করা হয়েছে, যদি এরকম কোনো সিচুয়েশন পারসিস্ট করে তাহলে সেন্ট্রাল ফোর্সেস ডিপ্লয় করে দেওয়া হোক। যদিও বা সেন্ট্রাল ফোর্সেস ডিপ্লয়মেন্ট নিয়ে কোর্টের কোনো মন্তব্য এখন অব্দি আসেনি, কিন্তু কোর্ট এটা স্পষ্ট জানিয়েছেন যে ল অ্যান্ড অর্ডার মেনটেন রাখতে হবে, এরকম জিনিস কাম্য নয়। আমরা এটা নিয়ে ডিটেলসে আমরা পার্টিকুলার যে স্টেটমেন্ট গুলো আছে সেগুলোকে নিয়ে আমরা আবার সন্ধ্যাবেলা একটা ডিটেলড রিপোর্ট ফাইল করব। প্লিজ তখন আমাদের সঙ্গে জুড়বেন, যে বা যারা এখন আমাদের সঙ্গে জুড়েছিলেন সকলকে জানাই অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ। সন্ধ্যাবেলা আমাদের লাইভ ব্রডকাস্টের সঙ্গে জুড়তে ভুলবেন না। থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ।